We're back. Cooch is keeping it real in the chat. King CJ, thank you for the follow.
There we go.
Can everybody hear Cooch okay? Let's just get that out of the way.
Yeah. Can you guys hear me? Test. I guess I could just unmute the site and hear myself. Can you guys hear me? Test. Yep. All right. We have audio. We're good.
Cool.
All right.
Cooch, how are you doing, buddy?
I am doing great, Fluff. How are you?
I'm doing all right. I enjoyed your talk show this morning.
Thank you. Sorry for the late start. I know we said 11, and the show went a little long. I had to speed through the end. I'm like, oh no, we got the interview. I gotta get out of here.
Well, see, what's funny though is I was watching it and I could hear it because like I had the sound coming, so like the microphone doesn't pick it up very well. Right. And so I heard you like trying to like speed it up. I'm like, Cooch, take your time. It's okay, buddy. Look, you drinking your sports drink.
Well, it's Gamer Subs actually. It's streamer made.
Streamer made.
Yep, streamer
made. That's a thing.
It is.
All right.
It's a energy drink for the gamers, for people like you and me.
I mean, do we need an energy drink though?
Not whatever the word I'm looking for.
Whatever the word.
Sponsored. That's the word. Sponsored. Not sponsored.
Yeah.
I do have a friend that works there though, and so I do promote it.
Oh, that's cool.
Do we need? I mean, I don't know. Does anybody need that stuff? No. But, I mean, depends. You know how long. You know. Yes, I do. You know what? You know, I gamed until what, almost 3 o'clock in the morning last night, and I jumped up and got ready for the sports show today at 9 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, I do need some gamer subs, man. I do need.
You were drinking coffee too. Don't even.
I did have some coffee. Yeah. I'm sorry.
He chugged it down.
I didn't chug coffee down.
He chugged it down.
I did not chug it down. But I'm 33 years old. I'm a grown man. Of course, I'm gonna have my coffee in the morning. Get out of here. Shit. That coffee's not gonna last me all day, though.
I mean, nah, you're probably right.
No, it's not. I'd have to make another cup if I wanted to. You know, even that wouldn't last me all day. But so
anyways,
I'm doing great, man. How are you?
I am doing good. I'm doing well.
All right.
I'm sleepy still, though. I tell you what.
Yeah. You still
I don't drink coffee.
Me last night. Oh, well,
I'm not a coffee drinker.
Then fine, get some gamer subs.
Nah.
GGsubs.com.
Anyway, for those that don't know who the Cooch is, he's the guy that I primarily play Fault with a lot, and we cuss each other out a lot on Fault. Or he yells at me more than I yell at him, I think.
We razz each other. We give each other shit. All right. Nobody's cussing each other out. Nobody's yelling at anybody. We razz each other. It's all in good fun, having a good time. Right.
Razz.
It is razz. What do you mean? If you honestly feel that I was serious about anything that I've ever given you shit about, then you don't know me as well as you say you think you know me.
I feel like the digs at Nebraska were a little serious.
Well, I mean. If truth hurts, I don't tell you.
Wow.
What digs at Nebraska? The ones about calling you guys children of the corn?
Yeah.
Your sissies? That one? Come on now. Get out of here.
Do you hear that, guys? He said, or sissies. And the only reason he said that is because I said I was watching scary like story stuff on YouTube, and I was watching stuff about stalkers, and I heard a noise outside, and I got a little spooked, and he called me.
Right.
What was it, a sissy?
Man, this grown-ass man.
Hey, just because I look grown does not mean I am grown, Cooch.
That's because the Nebraskans are sissies, is what I said. And they said, don't attack Nebraska for that. I'm like, you children are corn, sissy asses.
Yeah, Cooch is a guy I play Fault with a lot. We like to give each other shit, if you can't tell. It's always good time. It's always a good fun.
I can't tell.
But like, I guess we'll get into Cooch. How did we meet? How did you and I meet?
I was streaming Fault. I've been waiting to be able to play this game forever. It feels like I was streaming some Fault, and as I was streaming some Fault, I got lucky. I got raided by King Kofi, and with that King Kofi raid, you came along with it. Started talking to me in chat. Followed me right away. started hanging out, and I think you offered up to play a game because I was sitting there just playing. You say, "I'll play with you." I said, "All right, no problem." I have no issues with playing with viewers. We've since you've been playing with me since pretty much the start,
Right.
we've brought a lot of viewers in to play with us. People see me streaming, they'll jump in, and have no issues with it. So that's how we met.
Yeah. See, and from my perspective, because I remember that very well, and from my perspective, we came in your stream. A lot of streamers, and I'm guilty of this too, won't look at chat a lot, right? Or like interact with chat a lot. Like they're playing their game, they don't care about chat as much. And so we came into Cooch's stream, and I don't remember what I said. I said something, and he interacted, and I was like, well, that's different, because I just started watching streams that time. Like I didn't watch streams a whole lot before then. And I'm like, well, that's different, because like people like Briddick interact once in a while, but he has a huge chat, so it's probably hard to get to everybody.
Right.
But came in your stream, and like I started talking, we had a conversation. I was like, man, I'm having a conversation with this dude, and he's streaming. Like that's different. Like you don't see that a lot.
Right.
And so I think that's what brought me to your stream and wanted me to keep watching and keep playing. Eventually, I would say we're friends.
Oh yeah, no, we're definitely friends. You that's what one thing I love about streaming is the community that you grow. Um, and especially with during this COVID time, this is how a lot of people are hanging out and able to do what they're doing is literally what you and me are doing right now. Having just maybe not doing an interview and not streaming it, but having this conversation long distance, because it's hard to be able to go out and see people nowadays, right?
Right.
Um, but you build these communities and you get to know people that way. And I have a lot of friends. I would honestly say I have more friends in my streaming community than I do in my real life situation because I mean, I still have friends. I'm not a hermit by
He's a
any
loner,
means in that
guys.
way, right? Yeah. Um, I still have friends, but it's one, COVID being the situation, two being, the main thing is being an adult and going to work every day. It's hard to go out
Doesn't
and
that
just do
suck?
something. It does suck, and so I'm able to go, but I'm able to come home, and once the kids go to bed, the wife starts watching her show. I'm able to come out here, pop up a stream, and hang out with my friends. And that's the way I see it. And I make it a point to see chat and talk about it. I hate if I miss a comment. That's a big thing. You want to be able to see all those comments. You want to be able to read all those comments because right there, it proven. You felt that as a viewer, and you're like, hey, this is great, and that's what you want to do. Like I hate going into people's streams. There's you go into somebody's stream, they could have, I don't know, we'll say 7 people there, right? And you talk to them and like you get nothing, and it's like, why, like, why are you streaming?
Right.
Where's the interaction at? You got to get with that interaction. You got to work on that. So I'm all about it because that's what you need to do as a content creator. You need to connect with your community, and that's what I try to do.
And I agree. I agree. Like you said, the interaction with me. I mean, like, obviously I stuck around.
Right.
If you ask me if I regret it, I'll tell you something different. But whatever.
Hey, we all make mistakes. It's okay.
But the reason, like,
Yeah.
so everybody wants to, like, if everybody wants to know, the reason I had Cooch come on here first, like, this is gonna be like a series on my channel, right? The reason I had Cooch come on here first was because he's the reason I started streaming again. I had streamed previously before, not much, but when Paragon was around, I streamed a little bit of it, and then I still had all my equipment from that, and so I saw Cooch started streaming. I'm like, man, it looks fun. And so Cooch kind of gave me the confidence, gave me some advice to come back on and stream. And so that's the reason I brought Cooch on here first as the first episode of the series. Just for the fact that he brought me here. He's the reason this is going to even exist. Um, and so we gotta get to know the man behind the beard.
Behind the beard, yes. And I'm honored. I'm honored for that. That's awesome. That means a lot. Um, I I didn't even know that I made connections with people or I influence people in that manner to be able to do that. I know you and Cheshire both were, said that that's, something that's happened, and I didn't know I was even making that much of an impact on the community. So that's really cool. That's awesome to feel. I really, it really humbles me to think of that, um, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, not a problem. So to get started here, I guess more in depth, Cooch. I know you are. I don't want to say former military because there's no such thing as former military. I think once you're in that military mindset, it's there.
It's a
Um,
V. It's a V word.
yeah. So you were in. I don't want to get this wrong. It was the Navy, right?
I was in the Navy. Yep.
And how was that experience for you? Did you did you enjoy being in the Navy? Was it
Uh, Straight up answer, no.
no?
Um, I joined late though. If I would have joined when I was younger, I think it would have been a different experience. I joined when I was 25. So yes, I'm a veteran. That's the word. That's what you would say, not former military, because like you said, you're still military. So I was a veteran. I'm a veteran of the Navy. I love the people that I worked with. Not all of them, but the majority of the people I worked with. You got to know a lot of great people uh, being in the military like that. I didn't like the politics. I didn't like the time away. If I was forced to be away from my family. That was the end all be all reason that I got out. So too much politics. You gotta jump through too many hoops, in my opinion, and the separation from family wasn't for me. Ironically, I joined for my family, and then I left for my family. So it worked out both ways.
Well, for me and all my viewers, I want to say thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Definitely appreciate your service there. How long were you in the military for? There?
I served for 6 years.
6 years.
Yep.
And how would you say that experience shaped you as a person in general? Like in your personal life, how did that experience in the Navy shape you?
Uh well, it made this beard. No, I don't know. It grew me up. I've always been you can hear it with some of the comments I make. I'm still kind of an immature person when I always make my jokes or whatever. But to me, laughing is a cure for a lot of things. So um, it it made me understand that I'm older than what other people are. Um, like I said, I joined boot camp when I was at 25. I'm going to boot camp with 18-year-olds, and you can see the immaturity in them, and how they think they know everything, and they, I just boot camp for me was easy. Boot camp for a lot of people is hard because they can't take the criticism and the yelling and all that stuff. And I'm just like, okay, yell at me all you want. All right, do what you say, gotcha, and then move on. So it made me understand that and see that I am older and than what I felt I was at the time, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. And I guess that makes sense because you said you joined when you were 25, and there are people usually people join when they're 18.
Yep.
And when you're 18, like I said, you're immature, you think you know everything, and you join the military, and you get that discipline, and
Yep.
you get that, you pretty much get that ass whooping that you need to become
Right.
a not necessarily a better person, but in a sense a better person, right?
Right.
But at 25, you probably have some of that discipline already, and
Yeah.
so you don't need as much of an ass whooping. So that's like I said, boot camp was easier for you for that reason, I'm guessing,
Yep.
just for the fact that you didn't need as much of an ass whooping. Nowadays, you might need it again,
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. I mean, I've strayed away from the disciplining, so yeah, I could definitely use a good beating here and there.
yeah. Nah, he doesn't need a beating, guys. No beatings for the cooch. Okay. Well, that's more for his wife to decide, I suppose. Um,
Interesting. All right. That's all wording and phrasing right there.
all all of it.
No beatings for the cooch. That's all for his wife to decide. All right, gotcha.
One man wolf pack says she definitely beats him.
Hey, what's up, cuz? How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, so going off of that, you mentioned family a lot, and you're a very family oriented person. I could tell that from when we started talking. Because like you have days where like I know you want to like I know if you had a choice, you'd probably stream every day.
No,
No,
no. Um, do I want to? Am I at that point? Am I having a good time with streaming? Yes. There are times I'm sitting there like on my days off. I'm like, oh man, I really want to get out there. I want to play, especially with the game right now, right? Be looking at people coming over. Hey man, appreciate that. So sorry, I'm reading your chat, and but it's like well, that literally is my real life cousin. You know Alora, who is
yeah.
also my real life cousin. They're both cousins because same side of the family. But yeah, so it's actually my real life cousin. That's why I was like sitting and reading it. But hey, um, anyways, no, because of the family, man. Like I'm sitting there this time, especially with this game Fault. I'm in love with this game right now, and I want to keep playing it. And people are asking me, you are asking me, you want me to play Fall Guys, you want me to play Among Us, you want me to play these games that I'm just like, it's not Fault. I don't like. Why would I take my time to play something else? Speaking of that, I
Going on,
talked her.
Laura.
I talked her into existence. There we go. So, um, no, there. I think it's better for the streamer. It's healthy for the streamer to have time away, um, because then you really enjoy um you
One
really
man
enjoy
Wolfpack,
that
thank you for the
time.
follow. Appreciate it.
Yeah. You really enjoy that time with the community when you have that separation from the community.
Right.
You know, it's the same thing. It's like, and don't take this the wrong way, anybody in my family or whatever. But if you see that person every day, it's hard to sit there and have a conversation or to do anything. You then get quiet and you just watch TV together, right? Because like, all right, I went to work, I came home. What do I tell you, right? So if I do the same thing, if I'm streaming every day, how do I interact with the viewers, right? How do I sit there and have a good time and like, hey man, I did this, and it's like at that point it just starts to get stale. So if you take that time away, it prevents that from getting stale, and it's a better situation in my opinion.
And I agree. I remember when I started streaming, like I had the mindset of I'm gonna stream every day. This is fun, and then I start like I did it for like 2 3 days, and I was just like mentally felt exhausted.
Yep.
And then you just kind of see because like I had a really good first stream,
Yeah,
and
you did.
then like that
You
second
did.
stream, like you even warned me too. You're like you had a good first stream, but your second one might be a little rough, and it was. It
Yeah.
wasn't necessarily rough. It just it wasn't like I
No,
got you know what I mean.
it mentally hits you. It understand, and like for those of you who don't know, we're huge into these para zombies, right? And that's what the Fault is. It's a para zombie. It comes from the game Paragon. That's where ironically me and Fluff have the identical history of how we joined Paragon, played Paragon, left Paragon, followed Para Zombies, did whatever. We literally not even knowing each other until he was coming into my stream from the King Kofi raid. We knew nothing of this until we had a conversation with each other. But we got rated, or so Fluff got rated by Britick, which is one of the top streamers for the game we play, and had a huge, he had so many viewers. He was sitting there talking with people. All right. And I know One Man Wolfpack's a streamer, and I know he understands this. And Rewind in here as well. He's also a streamer. He understands this. You go from your very first stream having all these people to talk to you're going to go to your second stream and you're not going to have very many people to talk to unless again you get rated by somebody big like that. So that's going to change. Like when you go through so many streams, and I do it myself. There's still times as a streamer. I've been doing this for 3 years now. 2 years. Sorry, a little over 2 years now. I've been doing this for over 2 years now. There's times I go through streaming and there's days that is like chat's dead. I'm not talking to anybody. I'm just sitting there streaming. I'm trying to interact with chat if they're there, if they want to interact. You can't force chat to interact with you, so you just try. And there's dead, and that can be the ones that are like are mentally tasking on you. You go from having good streams. So just putting some of my numbers out there. I had one of my streams. I was averaging 10 viewers. The next stream I averaged 11 viewers. The stream after that I averaged 3 viewers. All right. That right there, just looking at those numbers and don't, I'm telling you right now, Fluff, as just starting out, don't look at those numbers as close as I have been.
Oh, I don't.
All right. Don't, because that will also be demoralizing and then also mentally take a task on you. All right. And that literally took a task on me. And this was just recently. And I'm like, oh my God. So now I'm doing the same thing that we do in Fault. When we look at our elo after every match, I'm doing the same thing and I'm getting demoralized because I'm seeing the numbers drop and I don't want to see that. Right. So I mentally prep myself to be more positive on stream so I don't show that to the viewers.
Right, and I agree. And like as people in chat are saying, like one man Wolfpack said, he's been streaming 2 years, plenty of streamers, no viewers, but you can't let it get to you.
Yep.
And then Rewind's been doing it 5 years, and then he has those times you can't. It's rough, but you gotta keep pushing, which is true. And like as a newer streamer, because like I've been doing this maybe 2 months. right? And so like
right?
I don't expect big numbers. I don't like I do it just for the fun, I think. And like it's a lot easier when we get like you or Taco or Cheshire or someone in here and like we're interacting and stuff because it makes it a little bit easier. But I've
Right.
had streams where I'm by myself, there's no one in chat. I talk to myself. Like that's what it feels
Yeah.
like anyway. And like I've gotten so used to it. Like I did a Facebook live the other day. None of my friends watched and I talked to myself 45 minutes.
There you go.
And they're just
There
like
you go.
and they
And
watched
that's
it back and they're
actually
like that's
good.
weird.
Hey, and that's actually good though. I actually that's one of the spots I'm bad at. If I have a dead stream like chat wise, I'm bad. You know, you actually came into one of my streams where I practice trying to explain what I'm doing because that's what you should be doing in a stream. If you have a dead chat, you should be explaining what you're doing, everything that's going through your head on you're playing the game, right? And you came into my stream and I was having a good game and I was calling out what I was doing with Bellica. I'm sitting there, I should do that. All right, I'm gonna freeze the lane here. I'm doing that. And I started
I
playing the
remember
game
that.
and I was playing this and I was having a great game. I was doing that because I knew looking at the numbers going into the story, going into the playing the game, I'm like, all right, I got a little low on chat. I need to kind of keep things going. So if I did that, hopefully someone when people come in, they hear me talking, hear me going. It's not just dead. It's not just me sitting there playing a video game. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not that. You got to keep going. And I'm bad at that. I'm really bad at that. So the fact that you're able to do that, because I think I have it mentally blocked in my head that I'm like, why am I talking to myself? That's so weird. Stop doing it. You know, and but it's actually something you need to do,
Right.
you
Exactly.
know, because you're going to have those randoms that are come in, especially in a game like Fault. The Fault community is a very tight knit community. All right. If let's say Snitch stops streaming, those viewers are gonna go find somebody, or not all of them, because he's actually a partner for other games. So, but you
Right.
might have a point. Let's just say it's Mike, right? It's Mike TV. He's streaming Fault right now. If he stops streaming, those viewers are gonna go to somebody else playing Fault. That's how tight knit this community is, right? So you're gonna get viewers eventually. My numbers towards the end of the night always climb. I always get high
I
viewers
see
at the
that
end of
all the
the night
time.
because a lot of streamer at that time, a lot of other streamers are done. So they, hey, I want to continue watching Fault, so they come see my channel, and that's hard on me because I'm like, ooh, how do I take advantage of that? How do I take advantage of that so I can move on? I can get higher numbers, right? I want higher numbers. I want interaction. I want people to see me. Do I go to bed? Like, do I come home from work and take a nap? And then stay up late streaming from midnight to 3 o'clock in the morning, and then go back to bed for work in the morning? Is that what I do? You know, that's what it's like. mm, Like, I literally I saw that today and I contemplated. I'm like, do I do that? As I can't do that, you know, because then I'm losing family time, you know. So as a
Right.
family, if I was a single man, you know, with no kids, no wife, I I might even do that. You know what I'm saying? I might even do that, but no, can't do it here.
I get that. I get that. And speaking of like fault, like I said, like, I just said it's a para zombie, and so we both played Paragon, and I think we both really enjoyed Paragon. I know we have similar backgrounds when it comes to Paragon. I think we jumped into Paragon at different times. So I jumped in slightly before version 42.
Right.
I jumped in before like Revenant was like before Phase was even in the game is when I jumped in.
All right, you were
Uh,
just before me then, because FaZe was there when I jumped in.
because
FaZe
I'm
was there, and it was just before Drongo got implemented. I think he was the first hero that I seen get implemented.
so now like playing Paragon and you played like me slightly before version 42. Did you enjoy the version 42 update when they came out with it?
As a person who doesn't understand MOBAs at that time, yes, I loved it because it gave me more time to understand the actual gameplay than have to worry about the items in the item shop. The cards, because that's when the card system got implemented. And that card system, you have your 3 cards. You have your early
Right.
game cards, your mid game cards, and your late game cards. And you put your early game cards in, and then you start working towards upgrading those to mid game cards. And you start working to upgrade those to late game cards. That was an easy understanding of that worked. All right. At that time, and to me now, it's easy to understand the item shop, right? But that's because I'm playing, after Fall Paragon died, and moving on to other games and playing whatever it was, and then I got introduced to Genesis thanks to Briddick. Um, when we get introduced to Genesis, I started playing Genesis, and Genesis had the item system, and then having some great community there. My boy Choco Booze taking me under his wing, my boy Hello Jono taking me under his wing, and kind of explaining to me the system and how it worked, and really, hey, get this card, get this card, get this card, and going from there really helped me understand how to build a character, through the items, right? And understand how to use abilities in the right manner, So then that brought me and got me prepped and ready for fall.
And that's the one thing, like playing. So Paragon also was my very first MOBA I ever played.
Yep.
I didn't know what a MOBA was, right? Like I had a friend that was like, "Hey, I play this game. You should download it on PS4." So I downloaded it. And when the very first time I played, like he was what I would call a toxic player, right? And he was in the same room as me because we lived in the same apartment.
Right.
And so we'd play, like, we had two TVs in the living room set up, and we always played games together, so we could chat in a sense, right? And so we were, we'd be playing, and I have no idea what I'm doing. I think he forgot that because, like, I didn't do something right, and he yelled at me, to a point where I deleted the game off my PS4. I was like, I'm never playing this again. Like, I can't deal with that kind of toxicity. And then another friend of mine started playing. He goes, dude, I'll play with you. Don't worry about him. And so I got back into it. I'm glad I did,
Right.
because it's one of those things. I think now, especially with the para zombies, it's given people more opportunities, like, to stream it and to have fun with it and be part of a tighter community. Because, like, a lot of popular games have such huge communities, it's hard to set yourself apart from it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Um,
I think it's funny how I fell upon Paragon. Let's catch up on chat though. We got some very interesting comments about how other things going on in
yes,
streamers
yes, we do.
and what they got going on. So we like Wolfpack was talking about less popular games. So let's start with
Yeah.
there and move on. So go ahead and read that comment and let's move on from that with that. I think that's a good point too.
So Wolfpack said the variety that you guys do, including this chat, is huge, guys, and playing a less popular game that people love. Playing a game that the top streamers on Twitch play is never the right move when you aren't the best. Haha. Hard to get your name out there that way, and that's true.
It's true, and that's what and where he's coming from is Wolfpack is actually really good. He's a really good Call of Duty Warzone player. He was also really good at the Black Ops Battle Royale as well. But he's self-proclaimed and rightfully so. I've seen some of the I've seen almost all of the highlights of his C4 play. He calls himself the C4 God, and it's pretty damn good. So uh, but yeah, no, he plays Call of Duty, and Call of Duty is a very saturated game, and it's hard to grow in a saturated game like that. My growth, I was playing Call of Duty with him, and not necessarily always with him, but like I was playing Call of Duty at the same time he's playing Call of Duty. I wasn't really growing. We have a great network with we got Rewind, we got Alora, we got you, we got me, and Streamwork what helped me grow a little bit more even there. Um, but I've grown more by playing Fault than I have playing Call of Duty anywhere close to, you know? And so that's it. It's definitely a better situation to do that. If you're able to find a game that but you got to find a game you love. You can't just
Right.
go find an unpopular game that people love and play it.
Right.
You can't, it's got to be something you love. And I think that's another reason why, um, we're able to do so well in this game because I wear my heart on my sleeve and how I feel about the game. Right. So, and if I show love for the game and I'm playing the game, and I'm still loving it as I'm playing it. It's going to be infectious, and the viewers are going to love it.
Exactly. And Rewind, like Rewind mains Overwatch. I know this. I watch his streams for it quite a bit, and he plays Overwatch a lot.
Yep.
He says at night it's a very popular game because all the pros are usually streaming. But for how long he's been streaming, his numbers have climbed quite a bit. He averaged about 14 when he plays. When I play for 1 to 2, I'm guessing 1 to 2 hours every time.
Right. So, and I agree with that, Rewind. I wasn't saying that it's impossible, and I don't think Wolfpack was saying it's impossible to grow. It's harder to grow. All right. Let's say what is just for numbers, and then this is not the exact numbers because I'm not doing research on it. Let's just say for you and Wolfpack, right? So Rewind, Overwatch, Wolfpack, Call of Duty, both saturated games, right? You guys are growing, let's say, at one viewer per, I don't know, just numbers again, one viewer per 10 streams. Me and Fluff playing Fault, which is nobody really knows about it except for the people in our community that are talking about it. And, me showing, by Fluff streaming and his viewers seeing it, me streaming, my community that never seen it before, people like Rec in stream work. He sees that he's like, "Ooh, what is this game? This looks great." And I Ambushman came in, saw the game, never heard of it before, saw the game, told him about it, he bought it the next day. He'd never heard about it. So you have that, and then like I'm growing at more than one viewer, per 10 streams at that rate. I'm growing faster, and it's not impossible to grow. You can still do it. It's just it makes it harder when you do a saturated game. I think that's the point. I got that.
Right, and that's true. That's true. Uh, for me personally, like throwing my number, like 'cause I look at my numbers occasionally because
Oh, you have to. You
it's
have
just
to.
it's a thing.
If people say not to look at them, don't don't watch the numbers.
Right.
Look at them, see what you're doing, see what's changing. I looked at the Twitch the dashboard. There's some things you can see. Like I was able to see my going live message, right? Who
Mm,
sees it? How often, like, who interacts with it, and how often you see that, right? So then you notice I actually started changing, and I know you have mine because you're always there.
yeah.
I changed my going live message just to kind of, switch it up a little bit. I kind of keep it going. I'll let it go for like a week and then change it up a little here and there. But you can see those stats. Like look at those numbers. See what's happening. See who's interacting with your Twitter interaction. I had somebody come into my stream and say, "Hey, I saw your go live post on Instagram." So I popped in here. I'm like, I didn't even know. I put it out there, but I didn't know my go live post on Instagram was, getting any recognition. You know what I'm saying? He said that though. I'm like, oh, dude, that's awesome to know that's actually working. Appreciate it.
Yeah, social media. So as people in general, so especially a business, social media is very important. But as streamers, I think it's even more important because like you got hashtags, right? So I'm guessing
Right.
that person found your Instagram post because you always use the hashtag play fault. So
Always
it's
use the
probably
hashtag play
someone
fault.
who was searching that or something, saw that and goes, "Oh, this guy's playing it. Let me go check him out."
Well,
Um,
it's actually to be who it was Jay Offlane,
oh, okay, okay,
one of the devs for fault. So, but he saw that, and but he's very active in the Instagram. He's from what I'm understanding from his Instagram, he's a tattoo artist. And he also does the art for fault. So he uses Instagram to kind of uh promote his business as a
right.
tattoo artist and and art in general. So but yeah, so it was him, and he likes the Instagram, and uh what we had a he followed me on Twitter because of my uh my usage of play fault and the retweeting all of the fault stuff that goes on because I'm promoting the game. That's It's a game I love, it's a game I want to see work, right? So I'm promoting
Right.
the game. And he saw all that, so he followed me on Twitter. And then he also was able to follow me. He saw that I was on Instagram, so he followed me on Instagram. He's like, "Good to see you on the gram." He sent me that message. I'm like, "Oh, I'm working on it. Trying to get better." But because Instagram to me is the hardest one out of all of them to understand. Like Fluff goes live, he puts out a go live tweet on Twitter. I'm able to retweet that and show all of my community, hey, this guy's live. If you're able to, go give him a follow, or go give him a follow. Go interact with him. Here, I promote this guy. I'm able to do that, right? How do you do that on Instagram? How do you? I mean, you can like it, but if I like your post on Instagram, my community doesn't see that. Like, hey, oh, he likes this, I should like that too, or whatever, or maybe I'd be interested. That's not
So
a
to
thing on Instagram, so I don't understand how the Instagram works in that situation.
So to kind of interject in that, not to get too technical, but there is an app you can download for that purpose. I think it's called like Repost, something like that. And you basically like if you have a post you want to repost, you can go on there and like it helps you do it. But I agree, like if you, I don't know why Instagram, because Instagram's a Facebook application, right? Like Facebook bought Instagram. Uh, so they're owned by Facebook. So Facebook's gonna implement whatever Facebook wants to in there. And why, like, because Facebook has a share feature on Facebook, so why not have a share feature on Instagram or like a
Right,
retweet kind of feature? And I
right,
think the only reason they don't is because they're trying to differentiate themselves from like Twitter or like Facebook themselves. Like they're trying to be
right,
a different thing, and I get that, but like people want to retweet. Obviously, that's why like everybody's on Twitter. I don't care if you like Twitter or not. You're probably on there. You probably follow like your favorite celebrities or your streamers or whoever you're gonna follow.
right.
And everybody retweets. It's just like everybody on Facebook's gonna like post. It's one of those
Yep.
things. But
Yeah.
I agree. Like Instagram should implement like a sharing feature or a retweet feature would be kind of nice.
So
Um,
yep. Rewind here, and we'll get up to Laura's comment there. Rewind says that social media is his worst flaw. Same here. Rewind. Right now, if you look at my social media, and I feel bad, and I'm trying to work on it. I don't know how to work. I don't know. I know how to interact with the community here live, right? I can do this. I can have a conversation. I can make jokes. I can do things, right? I don't know how to post something on Twitter or Instagram and make content out of it, because that's what you need to do. So right now, Instagram and Twitter and my Facebook are just link dumps, and that's bad. That's not a good thing. You don't want that. You don't want just link dumps, right? So Twitter, luckily for me, because I'm able to retweet things, right? If you look at my Twitter feed, it's not just link dumps, because I'm also able to promote Fault. I'm also able to promote Don44. I'm also able to promote Rewind. Anybody I want to just retweet their tweets, I can do that. So you look at my feed, and it's like, it's not just my link dumps. But if you take my retweets out of there, it's just me going live. That's all it is. And then I recently had a picture that I posted because I had a really touchy situation happen, and I kind of wanted to talk about it. So I put it out there, you know. And then Elora says that he says we're a family, yes, but I had no idea you streamed till you posted on your birthday, and that's true. I wanted to keep my personal life
separated.
and my stream life separate. Okay. I didn't want those to be the same. I didn't want, not that I don't want people to know my name. My name's Chris, right? It's actually in my,
Hmm.
my about me on the Twitch page, right? But I don't promote my Facebook on my Twitch channel, right? Because my Facebook has my first and last name, and I don't need anybody. I don't know if I could piss anybody off, you'd be somebody toxic on Fault, and I don't want hate mail. Whatever, anything. I don't need people knowing my full information.
Right,
So
right.
I'm not even going to tie the two together. I won't do anything. But then I was talking to one of my friends he's a part of Gamer Subs, right? Also a Twitch partner. And I was talking to him. I was like asking him, "Hey man, just any tips or tricks? I'm kind of getting to a stale spot right here. This is back when I was playing Call of Duty a lot. It's getting kind of stale here. What do I got to do? How do I fix this? Like, and it was mainly about social media. What do I do here?" He's like, "Dude," he's like, "I did the same thing." He's like, "I'm telling you right now, your biggest thing that you need to do, start posting on Facebook."
Hmm.
He's like, "Your biggest supporters are gonna be your friends and family." He's like, "Let them know you're live." I'm like, "Holy shit, you're right." So I went live on my birthday. I started posting. I posted just before my birthday, saying, letting him know that I'm gonna do a birthday stream, and went live on my birthday. Started using Facebook, and then I started getting so much love from my friends and family, and I'm like, holy cow, why wasn't I doing this before? Like, because like it's not me posting my link on Facebook is not gonna get the people who don't know me. They're not gonna see it,
Right, exactly.
you know. But yeah, so that's what we got here.
No.
Instagram does have a share feature. Well then come over to my house. I'm free. I'm free after this interview. I got nothing going on. Come over to my house and show me how that works so I can actually help people out.
And if you figure it out, like record it and share it with Fluff so he knows. He said he showed it to you.
I showed it to you. I guess I don't remember.
Does it have
I
a
thought
share feature? I'm curious now.
I think I think that's okay, but all right. So that's I think what he's talking about is the what is it? The video. Like if you do something, because I don't do that. I put it just on my feed. I don't do the I don't know, the video thing or whatever. I record a video and post it on my feed. There's something else. Looks like a paper airplane.
So they do have a share feature, but like that's a share to different social media. 'Cause like I see like a
I
share
know.
too. Wait,
Well,
let me
it's
paper
it's not
airplane.
that big of a deal. I showed it to you at my birthday. I remember you saying something about it, but I think it was also something I don't like. You can look at the what the hell's it called? I have to pull it up now. It's because people post it all the time. It's like when they have that orange ring around their thing. They have whatever it's called. I can't think of what it's called right now. It's
your
whatever that
your
orange ring is.
story.
Yeah, the story.
Story.
Yeah, you post to your story. I don't post my story. I literally record a video and I make that a live message, right? and that's what I do. I don't do a story. Is it better to do the story? I mean, out of people who
So
use Instagram, do you look at people's stories more,
yes,
or do you just like Twitter? Do you just scroll through?
I do both.
You do both. I mean, but so
So
like,
like, but
which
like,
one's gonna get me a better interaction? I don't
so
know.
so
I'm a
when you post
boomer
a
when it comes to this
story,
shit.
when you post a story, it goes to your Instagram and Facebook. You can set up to go to Instagram and Facebook stories, so both platforms see it. Like I said, they're owned by the same company, so they interact
Right.
really well
No,
with
I
each
know
other.
that.
And then like when you post a story though, sometimes people get notifications saying, "Hey, the Cooch4 has posted or posted a new story," and it'll engage them to look at it. Rather than when you post a post, not everyone has that in that notification set up where it's like, "Hey, the Cooch4 posted a new post."
Okay.
Because as not because
Yeah.
there's a lot of
I'm
notifications
still
on
learning.
phones anyway.
I'm still learning. I'm trying to figure that out. Um,
One thing I've been doing that's different too is like when I'm live on Twitch, like occasionally I'll pull up my phone and go live on my Facebook also, like kind of hold my phone up and just kind of do like a little live message like saying, "Hey, I'm live on Twitch, come see me," like
right.
and that's helped a time or two to get some people in here, friends and family in here.
One thing I like about you do, and I haven't implemented it myself, just because I feel like I do when I do my recordings, right? So anybody sees my go live messages, and I think it was Alora says your videos on Facebook are great,
Yeah.
So I always do my live go live
Hmm.
messages. I kind of add a little hype to it, a little recording of me saying, "Hey, come see me."
Let's go.
Um, I always say, "Let's go." You got it. But one thing you do that I don't do, and I just feel like I would stumble on it, you just rattle off.
Random bullshit.
No, 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 no. You rattle off your link like
Yeah.
it's nothing.
Twitch.tv/fluff93.
Exactly. And I feel like I'd be like, I
Twitch.tv/Cooch4.
would forget to say slash or or whatever. It's like I just say Twitch slash. I would always miss something when I would try to randle that off, and
So
I'm like,
what you
and
could
it
do
seems like
that's
it's easy, but I feel like I would just because I'll do the recording, and there's a little behind the scenes, guys. I sit here and I make sure that the background of my video is,
uh-huh.
is decent, and I got my blue lights, right? So I always try to adjust to where I get the blue lights are looking good, right? So I get that all set up, and then I hold the button and I wait for the numbers to pop up because I'd record this all on Instagram, and then I copy that saves to my phone, and then I'm able to put that on Twitter. Then I go to Facebook and I put it on Facebook, right? That's how I do this, right? But as I hit that button, I'll say it and then I somehow stumble, so I got to delete it. All right. So then I got to sit there and re-say it, And I hate that. I hate that for one reason and one reason only. That first initial message, I bring the hype and it feels great and it feels genuine. But
Right.
when I'm repeating the exact same thing I just said, I feel like it's not coming off as genuine as I want it to because every go live message I put out there is genuine. You know, people in Discord are asking me, "How are you so hyped? How are you always in a good mood?" Whatever, like it's a mentality. I try to be positive to help other people be positive. They see the positivity coming from me. Hopefully they're going to see that like, "Hey, you know what? This guy's got it. Let's do that."
Right.
And I try to get the genuine feeling with my go live messages, but if I make a mistake, then I feel like that it's not as there. And that could just be me reading too far into it, but that's what I feel.
So I feel like between me and you, because like we're not that far apart in age. Like I'm 27. You said you're what, 33?
Yep,
We're not too far apart in age, but we're far enough apart where I feel like I grew up a little bit more with social media than you did.
definitely.
And so like I feel like for me, especially because like the technical side of things in life, like I went to school, for desktop support, so I'm very tech savvy. I love
Right.
new tech and stuff like that. So I adapt pretty quickly. When it comes like to the social media and stuff, it's easier for me to say those kind of link stuff because like I would say it anyway. But
Right.
like for you, someone who says I might stumble on it, like abbreviate it. Go like TTV/TheCooch4, like Twitch TV/Cooch4, but TTV/Cooch4.
So one thing that is difference between certain areas, and I don't know how I don't really. You're like one of the only Nebraskans I know, right?
I'm the best
Um,
Nebraskan, then by default.
right. But yes, right, right. And
Taco, I guess.
well, yeah, I guess I do know him, but I don't. I mean, I've interacted with him like a very small percentage compared to how much I've interacted with you. Nothing against Taco. Taco's a great guy.
Right.
But the two people I know from Nebraska, I've only had conversation with them. Uh, what I do notice that slight little bit, and it's like this for a lot of people against Michigan. Michigan, we talk fast, right? So there's things that we combine. There's certain letters or sounds we combine to speed the conversation up. So when I'm talking about college football, it's NCAA, right?
Right.
If you hear me in a conversation, it's going to be NCA. But I in my head I
It's
said both,
NCAA.
right?
Yeah.
But I only said the one A, and I'll go back. Oh man, I only said one A. That doesn't make sense. But like they know what I'm talking about, so I don't like. But in my head, I'm thinking that, right? So Lupo's from Nebraska. I didn't know that. Had no clue actually.
Laura apparently gets that
So
slow down all the time.
yes, because she's also from Michigan, living in Missouri, and they're that close to Nebraska. They had, hey, slow down, hold on, hey, you don't understand. We have all this corn around us. We are slow.
See, chat. It's these insults. This is what I was talking about again. It's these insults, these slow jabs. Like he just takes the knife, kind of puts it
Slow.
right in between the
Emphasis
ribs,
on
and
slow jabs.
slow jabs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Don says that you can set your Instagram and send Facebook and Twitter in one post.
And that's
Don,
true.
Don, I've been meaning to talk to you about this actually, and not to call you out or anything. It's just something I want to understand. I noticed that you have 2 Facebook Go Live messages. Why is that? Is that because of what you do, or is that something else? Because that's something I don't want. I want only just the one message. I don't want it to be. There's one of them that's just like the words, and there's one that has a GIF on it. Why is that? That's what
So there's so what you could do, Cooch, because if you go on Instagram when you're getting ready to share a story, you have the option to connect to Facebook and connect to Twitter, right? I
Right.
don't know if you've
No, I
seen
know
those
that.
options, but if you select those, it'll take that post and like on Facebook, it'll post the actual video and be like, here, like just like you posted on your Facebook,
Right.
and it'll be there. And then the problem I have with Twitter is Twitter, it just shares a link to your Instagram. So like people on Twitter, like if I'm on
Yeah, I
Twitter,
don't
I don't
want that.
necessarily want to click a link, go to somewhere else.
No.
Like I want to
Yeah,
see
I
it
don't
on
want that.
on Twitter. So like when I do stuff on Twitter, like if I post on Instagram, like I'll share it to my Facebook also. But then I'll download that video if I record it on Instagram, and I'll also post it on Twitter if I want it on Twitter.
Yeah,
So
that's the way to do
like
it, in
I
my
do two
opinion. Because
separate ones. I also have it set up
I
to in a way. I can't remember how I did it, but I set it up in a way where like anything I like if it's a text post on Facebook, it'll also share it to Twitter. The same thing, and you won't even know it's on
gotcha.
Facebook. But there are different things you could do. Uh, Don says he's never used Twitter and he doesn't want to post a ton of pictures of himself on Twitter, and I get that.
Why? Why against Twitter in that situation? I guess I don't know. I think Twitter, in my opinion, is the best spot for smaller streamers like us to grow.
Well,
Um, I th-
I
I think
think
it
too
has the
privacy is a
easiest way to grow. Because the through the hashtags and everybody being able to share. I think the hashtags in Instagram work better, but there's if you don't post it to your story, nobody can share it. Only people can like it, right? So I think with Twitter, you have that ability to retweet. You have the ability to quote tweet, be a cutie with it. And then and then you have the ability to comment on and all that stuff. I think you have a better ability to do that through there.
See, me personally, so like I grew up with MySpace. Let's throw it back a little bit. MySpace. And
I know about it.
and then
I
when
had my circle.
and then when Facebook came around, like I had a hard time adapting to Facebook. I don't know why. I think I was used to MySpace and the customizations, and Facebook at the time seemed boring and blah because it was just very corporate feeling. But they've gotten better with that, I think. And then when Twitter came out, I like Twitter. Um, Privacy on Twitter has definitely been an issue in the past for some people. So posting because Twitter, you can make your stuff private, but then what's the point of Twitter, right? Like if I
Yeah.
post a hashtag, I want someone to come see it, and especially as a streamer, that's very important. Like posting pictures stuff on Twitter and stuff is just more of a chance that someone could take, because like even like taking pictures outside of my house, I'm very careful with it. Like I don't want to show a street or something because someone could recognize, like, hey, he lives over here. We could probably find that spot and then figure out where he lives from there. So
I don't know
privacy's a
if
thing.
you can find out where I'm at by here. I mean, do what you got to do, I guess. Shit.
Like I
Because
don't.
this is most of my stuff here, and then my one post I had was in the picture. It was in my car, so you could probably tell what kind of car I drive, and you could tell that I'm in Michigan. I don't know. Good luck finding a 2019 Subaru that lives in Michigan. All right, they're everywhere. Good luck.
See, for me though, like when it comes to privacy, I don't like. I care, but I don't care because I'm a big guy. Like if you can't tell, I'm like my name's DeFluff for a reason. Okay, so I'm a bigger guy, and so I think if someone's going to see me and they're going to plot to do anything to me, they're going to need some backup to help carry my body wherever they're going to take it. All right. So like people are going to see me and not care because like I'm a big guy, and so I have that protection. Cooch, you're kind of a scrawny guy, I guess. I don't know. Are you scrawny? Like I guess I never see your torso. I don't know.
No, I've been losing weight actually. Surprisingly enough, I've been losing some weight. I'm down to 180 pounds. I was up to 206, and I didn't like it because I've never been over 200 pounds my whole life. So I was like, "What the hell is this?" I didn't really make any changes. It's just
The
shit
Don says
happened.
you're a skinny bitch. Skinny little biatch is what he said.
Yeah, yeah. So, um, but yeah,
He isn't
he was
huge,
pretty
but
as
he's
tall.
tall.
That's what she said. Um,
I mean, she is a she,
so
and she
she is
said
a
it.
sheep, but no, that's weird though for you to point that out with that being my cousin. All right, that's just no, that's wrong. Okay, you should have just left it as that's what she said and not went there. So, uh, yeah, exactly true. That's what I'm saying, right? Thanks, Fluff. Thanks for making this awkward, dude.
I mean,
You fucking
Alabama.
you fucking Nebraskans, man. Keep it in the family type shit.
That's not in the Brad. We're not. That's Alabama or Arkansas. Okay.
Children of the corn.
I've never actually seen that movie, so I'll be honest with you. I know the reference. I don't know the movie.
It's just the fact that you guys obviously how many children are in the corn. The children keep happening, and something's happening there. Anyways, what do we got? Anything else here? If you were to go in top 8,
We're on the
we
top
were
eight.
not.
We're
Oh,
not
not front. Yeah, the top 8 for MySpace. Yep.
See, I
Then
hacked
Don.
mine and made it the top 10, so I cheated.
Okay. Don said his playlist was on point. I do. That's one of the things I loved about being able to put on your wall. Like I had a highlight video of Barry Sanders on my wall, and then I also had I had the OK Go video for who sings that song?
I don't know.
Or was OK Go the name of the band?
I have
I
no
can't
idea.
remember now. It was the song with the 4 guys that are on treadmills, and they're sitting there singing the song as they're doing this like dance routine, whatever, on a treadmill.
Okay, go is
Oh,
the
OK
band.
Go is the band. Okay, so then whatever song it was that where they're on treadmills, if you haven't seen it, Fluff, after this you have to look it up. It's fucking epic. I love it.
See, I was a
So
dick on MySpace because like all my friends at the time did not like Garth Brooks, right?
so not much has changed.
But all my friends didn't like Garth Brooks. And so like on my page, I made it to where more than a memory played, but you couldn't stop it. So if you're
Yes,
on
you're
my
guilty
page,
of
it played over and over and over and over, and it was hilarious because they hated it.
what song was it? Friends in Low Places, the one that you
Are we not getting that
hate
again?
the one that you hate on?
I don't. We're not getting to that right now. Okay.
We won't go there. We won't go there. Don and Laura helped us out here, so it's OK Go is the band. The song is
Here
Here
it
It Goes
goes
Again. Look that up
I'll have
after
to look it
this
up.
and watch that. That is amazing. I love it.
I'll
Great
have to
video.
look it up. So getting back
Um,
on track here, Cooch.
yep.
So now you play Fault, so guys, he plays Fault religiously. Like I
Pretty much.
deviate, like I'll play, I play Fall Guys. That's my downfall, I guess. I started playing Fall Guys. I play Among Us. I play different things. I've tried to get Cooch to come over and play something different, but he's a Fault main to a T. He calls himself a variety streamer, guys, but he plays Fault
I
a lot.
no, I now have changed my tone. If I get rated, because when you get rated, you want to introduce yourself
Right.
to new people that don't know you, right? So I've changed my tone. All right, I'm not committing. I'm not doing a whole 100% committal to Fall. I did that once. I did that with Genesis. and Genesis fell through the cracks. They messed up. The good thing about Fault compared to Genesis is the devs are listening to the community and they're actually making changes compared to what the community is saying. Genesis wasn't doing that. Genesis had their own mindset, did what the hell they had to say, right? But I'm leaving my page to say I'm a variety streamer, because until Fault is a full release game and it's gonna keep on going,
Right.
I'm not gonna make any changes. When that happens, I will straight up change. I am committed. All right. I will straight up change my title or my about me to say that I'm a Fault main streamer, because that's what it's gonna be, right? And I say that either way, because say Fault doesn't work, right? But predecessor does, then I'm gonna be a predecessor main, right? Whatever para zombie game wins this fight, I will probably be that main as long as that game feels good to me. And as of right now, the little bit that I played predecessor and the a lot that I played Fault, they both feel great to me, and I can go either way with one of them, right?
Let me ask you
So
this then, Cooch. So we have people who don't know. We have three para zombies, right? One we don't talk about very often. One that's in closed alpha, I think is what they're calling it, and then Fault. So
right,
predecessor is the one that's in closed alpha. Predecessor is the one that everyone's comparing Fault to.
right.
Because I think they're the two most likely to make it, because I think they have the bigger backing behind them with studio wise.
Right.
That being said, say all three of these games make it full release, they're all out, they're all doing well. Are you going to play all three, or are you going to pick one?
Um, I'm going to at first play all three. But I'm probably going to pick one at that point. It all depends after playing all three. And I say I'll play all three. All right. For one, let's precursor this right away. The reason we don't talk about Overprime is because I am not a fan of their doings, right?
Right.
Overprime and I have to do some more research on them, because in a sense, the our one guy we got our news from, Britick, has kind of quit talking about Overprime. So there is no more. We don't have any more news
He
on them.
actually made a recent video about Overprime,
Yeah, I'll have to go back and watch, because I
saying
don't
it
think
could
I've
be the
seen
one that makes it.
it. We'll see. And I have no. But the thing is, like, when it first came out, when it was actually Overthrow, I think is what it was called. And it was made by one person. They used assets that were not released. So by technicality, there's no way they can actually monetize the game. If you can't monetize the game, then how are you going to grow?
Right.
Yes, it's playable and it's free download. Just here, go ahead and play. But how are you going to grow if you can't monetize it? How are you as one person going to keep making updates to this game? Going to keep adding new people? Going to keep doing all this if you have no way of monetizing it? So that right there is like, well, why would I do it? Right. The next red flag, the fact that it was PFP, right? No, that's profile pic. What is it? P2P connection, right?
Peer to
So
peer.
with peer-to-peer connection, when you have peer-to-peer connection, you have issues. This is why Britick promotes NordVPN.
Yes.
He got sponsored by NordVPN because he went out and got a VPN. He explained to them what he was doing and what's going on, and they're like, "Hey, yeah, we'll sponsor you," because of Overprime. Because
NordVPN, use code Britick.
yeah, so so you have that, because you had to have a VPN, and a VPN is what is that called?
Virtual private network.
Yeah, virtual private network, right? So to protect yourself, right? We're talking about Twitter and not posting pictures to Twitter. You had to get a VPN. You should get a VPN just to play this game, because that's how untrustworthy it is.
Disclaimer: if you don't have a VPN, you should get one anyway. They're very good.
Sure, right? All right, but I'm not a person that's if I can do things without paying money, I'm a little frugal when it comes to spending my money on certain things, right? But if I have to play it, it's recommended to get a VPN to play a game. No, thank you. I want nothing to do with it.
So what if
Now,
that
there's
game comes
rumors
to Steam?
that I was just going to say that. Now, there's rumors that this game's coming to Steam. All right. If they can fix their issues of not being monetized, hey, there's no way they can be monetized, because I don't know how, if they've taken that out of there or whatever, however they've done it. If they can fix that issue of not being able to monetize, then they can actually grow as a team. And I can play it with, in a normal situation and not have to have a VPN or be anything else. I can, yes, I'm taking a risk playing any game I do, streaming, whatever, right? But when, like I said, this is coming recommended for you to get a VPN to play
Right.
this game. That right there is a red flag. Nobody's recommending you to get a VPN to play Fall. Nobody's going to VPN for you to play Call of Duty. Nobody's recommending you to get a VPN to play Overwatch, right? But this game's coming out being made by one person. Now it's like 3 people, however many people they have, on the team now because they have changed, they've upgraded. But it's being recommended you get a VPN. That right there is a red flag to me. I'm like, nope, I want nothing to do with it. So I haven't even tested it. You've played it once or twice, you said?
I've played it twice.
Twice, right? And nope, I'm good.
A
I
VPN
want
lore is a virtual private network. Basically, what it does is like, so for me, for example, and I don't care if anybody knows, I'm in Omaha, but if I wanted to say for some reason I wanted to cover my tracks doing something, I can't tell you why I would use it because I would get in trouble. But if I wanted to cover my tracks, hide your IP address and like I can make it look like I'm in Chicago, right?
right,
So like my IP address looks like I'm in Chicago, but I'm really in Omaha.
right,
There's what a VPN does. It protects you. People use it to hide their tracks from their internet service provider, to do stupid stuff.
right. So, but yeah, so that's why I haven't touched Overprime. That's why we quote unquote don't talk about it, just because I gave you shit about it when you were all coming into and praising about it. Because it does have Grux. I mean, I get it. That's
It
your
has
main.
so many players.
Right. Well, I think it
It's
has all of
great.
them. But like,
I don't know if I
I
have
don't
it
know.
all, but
So,
like I will
I,
say recently, like I've been watching streams of Overprime because like they recently just had a bigger update themselves, and like it looks better. It looks more pleasing to the eye than it did before. It doesn't look like it's as laggy as it was before. So I don't know if if they finally got servers to play off of rather than
right. And that
P2P.
was another thing. That was another thing is like the servers were lacking when they did kind of try to, hey, we're gonna get servers, and it was like they did it, and it was like, again, Britick had a video on that, and it's like, yeah, these servers aren't like, yeah, they have servers, but they're not the greatest, situations like that. So it's like, I'm not gonna invest time into something that I don't think is going to grow. That's why I quit
Right.
playing Paragon. When Paragon came out with the announcement, said, hey,
We're
we're
done.
shutting down servers on April 27th, I quit playing then. If this game's not gonna grow, why would I keep playing?
See, the one
I'm
thing that
not.
annoyed me because like when like Paragon announced, like Epic Games announced, I think it was when did they announce it? It was a couple months. It was like at least a month beforehand that they announced it.
I think it was in March.
But at that time, is like I had previously like the laptop that I played on, I had recently sold at that point, and I didn't have a PS4, so I hadn't played in like 6 months. And it's like right when I finally got a PS4 to play it again, they announced they're shutting the game down. And I literally just like I bought a PS4 just to play Paragon, so I was so
Yeah.
bummed.
Right.
And like and then like when they're talking about making different games, I'm like, I'll believe it when I see it.
Right.
Like, cause
Yep.
like
I know.
making a game is not easy. Whether or not the assets are free, like making a game is not easy.
So you are the middle ground between you, me, and Don, right? So Don played Paragon with me a little bit of times. It's not a game for Don. Don doesn't like it, right?
Right.
And that's fine. It's not a game for everybody. I understand that. He rolls his eyes every time I bring it up. Anytime I talk about Paragon or Parazombies or whatever, he just rolls like, "Oh gosh, here we go again." And literally almost word for word, that's what he does. So, but then I was talking about the possibility of coming back, and he was the not necessarily negative, but the more highly skeptical side, right?
Right.
Like basically just saying, hey, in a sense, telling me don't get your hopes up because obviously it crashed for a reason, and I'm like, no, I'm looking in, like I was following him as like you were, and you were really following these pair of
Hmm.
zombies, and it sounds to me like you were more skeptical than I was, and he was the highly skeptical one. I'm just like, I think this can happen. They release all the assets, like we got team, as long as the teams want to put together, and get, they can do it. It's possible. I think you look at the community, you had a PC community, you had a PS4 community. They want to play together, right? The biggest thing was the PS4 community. That's where I think whoever's going to win this race that we were talking about between the three,
The first one I get on PlayStation,
the first one that's able to go to PlayStation.
and it's gonna be. I mean, guys, it's gonna be a PS5. They're not gonna go on PS4.
Well, yeah,
Like the
whatever,
PS5 is
and
too close to
it
coming.
could it could actually go to both. To be honest with
Maybe.
you, why wouldn't it go to both?
Because PS5 is coming out, and pretty soon Sony's going to
Okay,
pull support for PS4. So they'll be focused on PS5.
the first one that goes crossplay
Crossplay will
will win.
win,
Well,
probably.
that's the whole thing what Paragon was, and that's my that was my
The one
point.
thing I will say is Strange Matter Studios already has like a Sony license or whatever it is they need.
Right, and
They already have that.
which is one of the easy steps to get though in that situation.
Right.
So you
I
have they basically have the paperwork in hand to submit a trial to be able to hey here you go, we have permission to be able to try to submit a game. That doesn't mean it's gonna get approved. So that's what it comes down to. Sony has confirmed they will support PS4 at least 3 years after PS5 release. See, that's my point.
I mean it could come to both. I'm not saying it's not, but more people are going to have the PS5 at some point, you know.
It's gonna benefit anybody. We're talking about. I don't care if we're talking about Omega Studios, if we're talking about Strange Meadow Studios, if we're talking about whatever the fuck Overprime one is. I don't know what the hell it's called. We're talking about those studios. If we're talking about, it's going to benefit either one of those, in my opinion, to have it come to both consoles.
Right.
And I mean both PS4 and both PS5. Right. It's also going to benefit them to also get it to Xbox. It will. It will. This a 3D mobile. Tell me a 3D mobile that you can play and you can enjoy
Might.
on console.
Might.
Smite, right? How does Smite feel to you compared to Fault? Compared to
I
Paragon?
haven't played
Compared
Smite in a
to
long time, so I don't know. Smite's okay.
Smite's
Fault.
okay.
I
Smite's
like
okay.
Fault better because
How does
I get
Fault
the
feel to you?
characters better. Smite, I didn't really get like hardcore into. Like I didn't get their modes. Like the arena mode confused me.
The feeling of the game. Ask anybody. Literally go. Anybody
Well, I'm
go
not
find a
saying the
Fault
feeling
streamer.
of the games are
No, I'm
different.
just saying. Go. One of our favorite streamers, Russ the Gamer, right? He will tell you this game like Fault doesn't it doesn't have the feeling. It's missing. There's something missing. And what it is the verticality. You literally are playing a mobile game on console. And that's a quote from him. Quote from Russ the Gamer. You're playing a mobile game on console because you can only go left and right. Right? You move forward, back, left, and right is all you can do. In Fault, Paragon, predecessor, you're able to attack people up. You're able to attack, shoot down on people. You literally are a third person. Like it's third person MOBA. That's the whole point of it, right? You have 3D. Like you're able to enjoy the 3D.
Your brother's throwing shade here. He said Smite is
Ah,
just as trash as Paragon and the Para Zombies.
yeah,
Okay,
he's a very against MOBAs. It's not his gameplay.
so
You know,
like,
he, he's the guy who wants to charge right on in. He is the ADC that just goes in without a support and just runs right in and thinks he can attack everybody and then just all right, I died. I don't like this because now I'm waiting to get revived. Like
if it helps, when I first played, like I didn't get it, right? Like I did not get
no, I
Paragon
didn't
at
either.
all. It's like I was that guy. I chose I think Twin Blast, and I went and I went. And I'm like I played it like Call of Duty. 'Cause I didn't
Yep.
know any better. I didn't know what a mobile was, and so I
Right.
went in there and like I kept dying, and I'm like they keep killing me, and like one of my friends like, dude, it's not about the kill, it's about the objective.
Well, yeah, and exactly, and that's what no. And when Don played with me, because we had a group of us that would join up and try to play Paragon, because hey guys, I'm playing this game, I love it. And they're all right, yeah, we'll try it, And they all came in, they tried it, we're playing it, and at that time, none of us knew about the objectives. None of us knew about the team play in that situation. We all knew, hey, you get this lane, you get this lane, you get this lane, you get the jungle, and we're gonna go. All right, and hey, you come with me as support, and we're gonna go. We're just gonna press this lane, right? And we literally just kept pressing the lane, trying to all right. We got tier. There's games that we would win. We just push all the way down and get the tier 2 down. We push all the way through, but we wouldn't rotate. We would have only thing we would have for rotate was the jungler would come over and gank, But other
Right.
than that, there's no other rotation. We would push past the river after we get into tier 1, and we'd keep pushing towards the tier 2, and next thing you know, we're getting from behind. I wouldn't ward. I didn't know wards were a thing. I didn't know how detrimental they were to the game.
Right.
There's things I didn't know, and now that I know that, if I could take the Cooch now, who knows so much more about MOBAs. Not that I know a whole. I'm still learning, and that's my title almost all the time is learning and earning because I'm learning the game, right?
Right.
So if I could take the Cooch4 now and get the group of people, Don 44, Arik the Bearded, and get them to come play Fault now or play Paragon then or whatever, and hey guys, we need to do this, we need to do that. I think Don wouldn't have as such a negative look on the game. I would still say the game's not for him, not his style of play, doesn't work for him. But it would be a game that, like, if he was bored, hey, I see Cooch is streaming, I'll jump in and play a couple games with him, no big deal, right? I think he would be like that. Right now, he looks at the game, he can't even watch it. He's like, this is boring as fuck to me. That's literally how he feels. I don't minus the word fuck. He pretty much said that word for
He
it
said
almost.
it's too slow for him.
Yeah,
The card system is what killed me, and it's just too slow for me.
yeah. No, and that's really what it is. And it's not a game for everybody. I understand that. So.
Don said, "Don't minus that word."
There you go.
The one thing I will say, like what's funny is like in Paragon, once I kind of learned what to do, I played Grux a lot and I played jungle a lot because Grux is really good in the jungle.
Right.
And the way like Epic had their card system set up, because it wasn't an item system, it was a card system.
Right.
And like they had like the attack speed and stuff, especially in version 42 when you had like I wanted the favor in a sense. You could put it into like different like attack speed and health stuff like that. Once they implemented that, that's where I think part of their downfall was. Like I enjoyed it, but like it made it easier for me, who is not the best player, become a better player by their terms.
Right.
Whereas like you get into like a MOBA now, like Fault for example. When I started playing that, like I went in the mindset of Paragon, but it's different. It's same characters and everything, same everything. It seems like, but it's different. And what I learned is I still didn't know how to play a MOBA correctly. Like the first time I jungled in Fault, I had the hardest time because I didn't rotate, I didn't gank because I didn't necessarily do that in Paragon because like I did, but I had the attack speed stuff behind me at the time. Whereas now you got to work for that. You got to work harder for the attack speed. You got to work harder for the damage.
What Paragon made the mistake in is they became more of a shooter brawler,
right?
Than a MOBA, and the death ball was the biggest thing, that was really bad in Paragon. So
I agree.
That's where they went bad. But
and then you got like games. So like you got Predecessor and Overprime now. Like what I like from what I've seen a gameplay of Predecessor on YouTube and what I've seen of Overprime like streaming on Twitch is they both kind of like on the side have like the objectives kind of listed in a little corner. That's like kill Fangtooth,
right,
or kill Overprime or Prime or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think like
kill Overprime,
right?
Kill it.
Like I think Fault could use something like that because like it keeps the objectives in mind. Like yeah, you can ping it, but who listens to pings? Like even with the noise, like not everybody listens. Like not everybody listens to pings, or sometimes it lags and doesn't show the ping. Like I know there's many times where you're like Scott, you didn't call out missing mid.
It doesn't show it, and you're right. I did call you out on it a couple times, but you would say it. What it is, we just had this conversation last night. It was because me and Kintama and Little Grux joined us, and he said because I got ganked from mid last night, and I'm like, man, I was like, he didn't even. He's like, no, he did do it. I'm like, ugh. And again, this is another quote from Russ the Gamer. He said he's like those pings, the notification that you see on the screen needs to stay there.
Right.
Not forever, but it needs to stay there longer. He's like, if you're in the middle of a fight, you're sitting there fighting and you get a ping, you're not looking up there to see what the ping was, So you need to be able to, all right, so that you've been able to disengage from that fight. You look up and it's like, oh, enemy missing mid. Oh shit. Then you look and you look on the mini map and you see they're right next to me. Run,
Right.
And I have that run thing, but it's not working.
Well, I think one of the I can't remember what game it was. I don't know if it was. I think it might have been Predecessor, where like the pings kind of stayed like in like it wasn't like in the like wasn't the top like Fault is. It was more down at the bottom, and it stayed there like for a longer period of time. And you could it might have been over. I don't know. It was one of the two, but they had a different ping system where it kind of stayed there, and you could look down and see it, and like you kind of see a history for like the last 2 minutes of what happened. And so I think something like that would be interesting because like I think like you said,
sure.
like me, it's like sometimes when you call out missing left or missing right, like I'm in the middle of a fight with minions or someone in mid trying to get out of that, and I'm not gonna pay attention. Like, I'm not gonna take my eye off what I'm trying to do. So I agree with that. At the same time, I mean the Fault community and how much they like to complain about everything, and they'd probably complain it's there too long, right?
Right.
Uh, and then that's the one annoying thing. I think it's MOBAs in general, the toxicity,
Oh yeah.
and like me and you both see it, like especially the chats and stuff in the game.
Yep.
Like the toxicity is real, and like newer players, I think is going to get deterred from that because like me and you were both positive. Like if we have a newer player on our team, we're not going to yell at them, right? We're going to try to encourage them and maybe try to give them some advice. Now, if they don't listen to the advice, we get kind of mad about it.
Right.
But like we're gonna try though. We're gonna be like, hey, you might be new. You want to do this, or hey, you want to rotate.
Right. Don says, why not add voice comms to the ping?
Toxicity,
Seems like it would help. Voice comms to the ping. So
like
I think that
like enemy
from what I,
missing mid.
yeah, yeah, I think that would be
They
a
should
good
let Cooch
idea.
voice it.
I mean, sure, I got a voice in one game before. It'd be cool to get a voice in another game too. I'm all about that. Why not?
What's going on,
Um,
Warrior?
so I think that would be, a good idea. I don't know, you know, I'll submit that to the devs.
And
I'll let
then
them know.
I mean, as far as we know, it's a thing they're trying to work on.
Right. Well, I mean, I don't
I
know if they're
mean,
doing that, but
but I know
but
like I think Predecessor has voiceovers for that. I don't think like I've never played it, so I don't necessarily remember.
it might, and
I know Overprime does.
a lot of the higher ranked teams or ranked people, I think might not like it because a lot of them don't like the ping of the award system now. The award system kind of
I
gives you that
love that.
notification. I love it too. But a lot of because I think it takes away from that aspect of the MOBA that you're supposed to watch your mini map. That you watch some of the older videos of how to play a MOBA, they tell you that 95% of the time you should be watching your mini map, not watching the game. And I think that doesn't make sense, to me. Like, why would you watch this very small part of your screen and not watch the actual aesthetics of the game? Like, why would like that doesn't make sense to me. I mean, yeah, you should be looking up there and seeing what's going on the mini map, and that's one thing that I'm really bad at doing myself, and I'm trying to get better at. But I think the ping system kind of gets you. It's that Pavlov's dogs. Is that what it is? I think is that when you hear the bell, then you
Yeah,
you think a treat, whatever. Is that what that's called? I think that's
I
what that
think
what it is.
something like that. Yeah.
And it kind of gives you. It's literally that like you hear that ping, look at the map. Hear that ping, look at the map.
And now I
So
get what their annoyance is with that though, because like when you have like five, like all five people on the other team going through the thing, and like you hear ping,
oh
ping,
no, I'm
ping,
not.
ping.
Yeah, there's definitely an annoyance to it, but no, I think the biggest gripe is the it takes a competitive edge away from it.
Right.
I
And
think
I
that's what
mean,
the issue is because if there was no ping, yes, you would come up on you would show up on the mini map, but if you're not paying attention to the mini map, you can still get a gank. You can still, do whatever. You do what you need to do because they weren't paying attention. They had to be paying attention to the mini map to see that gank happening. Now you have that ping. Now you don't have to pay attention to the map. You can all of a sudden hear the ping, look up, verify if it's your lane or not, because obviously those ping could be anywhere
right.
on the ward's at, and then move back. So
See, I think what they should do to minimize the sound it makes, though, because like it does get annoying at times. What they should do to minimize the sound is like if one, it's like whatever ward goes off for 30 seconds, it shouldn't go off again. Because like in that 30 second, maybe even 15 seconds, like some short amount of time where it doesn't go off again. So if all five enemies are there, you're gonna look up and see all five. You don't
that's
need
too
to
long of
hear
a
it
time.
5 times.
That's too long of a time.
Only
And
10
here's the reason
seconds.
why. Here's the reason why. All right, you're mid, and you got a chimera that's coming over trying to gank you. Right, you had your ward there. You heard it go off. So now he backs off. All he has to do is back off for now what you said 15 seconds, even 10 seconds. He backs off for 5 seconds to get to where he's no longer on the map, and now he's able to gank you because your board's there, but you can't, like how do you now you have to sit there and watch the map for 5 seconds, for 10 seconds, to verify he didn't come back because your ping's not going to go off anymore, you know.
And I
And
get that. I mean
right.
that makes sense.
No,
Not thinking about that.
I understand your argument of the Raptors. You're warding at Raptors, and the whole team's there fighting Raptors. So every time that anybody walks across that ping, 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 I get it. It's annoying, and it's like, oh, okay, what do we do about that? So yeah, if we can find something to counteract that, all about it. I get it. Let's fix that because that is like a little quality of life thing. But it's also something I've got to the point to where I'm actually not even listening to the pings anymore. I hear it. I'm like, okay, I'm not. I need to get like more active. Like, all right, look up. So
Did you ever play League of Legends?
I played it one night, and I played like maybe 6 games.
Do you know if
It's
like their wards make noise? I can't remember.
I don't I had a little bit of time. I was still learning. I had a group of guys I was playing with that they like what's the word I'm looking for? Um, religiously play
Were they
League
a
of Legends.
sweaty team?
They're not no, they were trying. They knew I was new, and they were training
Right.
me.
Okay.
They were trying to, just carry me on. Like, hey, not carry me like, hey, you're now boosted to fucking gold level. But like carry me to show me the ways. And it was really hard. The learning curve for League of Legends is insane.
Yeah.
And the Smurf accounts, in my opinion, not that League of Legends need to worry about getting new players, but the Smurf accounts destroys getting new players, in my opinion, because I went there and I tried to play, and I literally got sweated on because that's how hey, look, I'm playing people against my level, and like, no, like this guy, you could tell this guy's been playing, and they were even saying, oh, that's a Smurf account, just because of the moves the person was making. Is like, yeah, that doesn't happen. So
Don
I played it 6 times, and that's where I went with there.
Don asked a question here. He says, I mean, it's going to cost them money, but does each character have their own voice? I believe Epic Games was working on that at one point to try to bring
Um,
each character their own like, unique voice, but I don't know.
I think Strange Matter Studios does have an audio team that they're working on to bring sound effects to the game. I don't necessarily know if they're all going to have their own voice, but I think with what you're going there, Don, is you're talking about that voice comm for the
Missing
enemy
mid,
missing or
yeah.
whatever. You don't need it to be the individual person, like whatever person they're using.
It could
You know,
just
it
be the
doesn't
voice
like
of the
it
game.
doesn't have to be like Fluff here plays Gideon mid. And if he says enemy missing mid, it doesn't need to be Gideon's voice to say enemy missing mid. It could be the same the over voice they have already, for when enemy, has taken
You
orb prime.
have taken the orb prime.
Yeah, you have that, that same voice. You could have him do the enemy missing mid. You know, the problem you have with this, and here's the problem I can see this being an issue, is when you have people spamming commands. The be right backs, the good jobs, the toxic good jobs. People just nonstop saying good job, good job, good job,
Yeah, that
good
gets
job, good
annoying.
job. Could you imagine hearing that in the game the whole time? Good job, good job, good job, good job. Because that's what they just spam it, and that they're spamming it um in spite. That they're actually doing it to spite you because you messed up or whatever, or they're just being assholes about it. So then it's just going to be even worse in that situation. So that's going to be the issue we're going to have with that. um so I think really the counterplay to that would be just to leave it up on the screen, so when I'm done with the fight I can see that's what happened. That's
Right.
what people were thinking. Because what if they said attack Raptors and I was in the middle of a fight or whatever? Is okay, now I won the fight. I still got full health. And if they said attack Raptors and I was okay, let me go back to my lane when I should have went over to Raptors because, that's what it was. Spiteful good job. Yes. So,
They should
but
let
if I look,
Warrior voice some of this stuff. Like
yeah,
how fun would that be?
there you go. So if I looked up and saw attack Raptors was one of the pings, I look up, I would look at the map, verify my team is still on Raptors or they're heading to Raptors, or if they're walking away from Raptors, it means okay, we either got it, they got it, whatever. I would know what to do. That hey, this is what they said. I need to go do this. Or enemy missing mid. Okay, let me back up, get into a safe spot, verify they're not coming my way. All right. Or let me get a ward up real quick. Make sure I can see where they're at. You'd have the ability to react if it stayed up there longer and you knew what was pinged while you were in a fight.
Right. I agree. So kind of getting back more on track here.
Yep.
Uh, so fall's the game you play primarily, and like it's fun. We have fun together. I feel like
Oh
we
yeah.
we lose, we win, but like at the end of the day, it's a game. We don't take it seriously, like horribly seriously anyway. Um, so it's one of those things like playing Fault with you has been probably some of the funnest stuff I do recently. And you make it fun because you're very like even on days where like I'm not the most positive, like your positive mindset makes me positive about it.
I
And
try. I
like
appreciate that.
there are days where like I get frustrated with the lack of communication with the dev team, and I like I might say something and you're like, well they're they're trying, and like you got like I gotta remember what people gotta remember about The Fault, like Strange Matters 2. It's a very small studio.
Yes,
They're not like Epic Games where they have a social media team
not
and
a
they
triple A
have
studio at all.
exactly. And like everybody's mad at them recently for the HUD stuff, like the heads up display stuff, because like apparently the AAA studio sent them whatever they didn't like it and just want to do it themselves. And they're like, well, why'd you waste that time and money doing that then if you're not gonna like it? And it's like, hey, it's their game. If they don't love what comes out of it, and they're that to put it in a game, you have to love what it is, and they want the next HUD to be the HUD, and I get that. But you're one of the people in the community that kind of bring the positivity to it. The mods hate his name. It's true. They really do. I am the mod. It's true.
I'm the one that approved the message. I am the Cooch, and I approve this message.
But like so with things at fault now, Cooch, what in in your best opinion, what do you think of the current state of fault?
I think it's in a great position actually. A lot of people are hating on the fact that the player base is falling, and the player base is going to fall. It's early access. People came into this game expecting a full release when they were told it's early access from the very beginning.
Right.
But we know that people in this era don't want to listen. They just want to make their own opinion and go from there. And hey, you have the ability to make your own opinion. That's fine. But when you're told this is what it's going to be, then you should understand that that's what it's going to be. You shouldn't come in here with false pretense thinking something else. Um, but it's going to be good. I think it's going to be great. I have nothing. Nothing is showing me that the train is falling off the tracks. They're
Warrior,
still
thank you for the
pushing.
host, buddy.
They're still pushing. They're still getting everything where they need to go. Um, it I don't know. They've made mistakes. Again, we said they're a small studio, right? They made mistakes. They came a little more ambitious. They came out with some deadlines, and those deadlines were not able to be met. We were late with the heroes. We're late with the HUD. We were late with early access. Early access was to come out in May. It came out in July. You know, but
Right.
it is what it is. I know I'm a very neutral person when it comes to this, and I think that's also what makes me be as positive as I am. Um, and the way I always compare this for people to understand me, and I might lose some followers for this. Luckily, it's on your stream and not mine. Um, I I am a person who enjoys almost. I can't even think of one that I don't, and I'm pretty sure there's probably one out there. But I enjoy almost every Nicolas Cage film. People people hate on Nick Cage
It's a
because of his
meme to
acting.
hate on Nick Cage right now.
And
Like it's just a meme.
they hate on him, because his acting is bad or whatever. But all right, here, was his acting great in Con Air?
No.
Hell no. Was that movie great?
Yes.
Hell yes. Was that story great? Hell
Yes.
yes. Like, come on, you can't tell me that wasn't a good movie. Like, I'm not worried about his acting, but he picks a good movie in my opinion. And people, same other thing. Again, that's movies and TV or whatever. Music. All right, when it comes to music, people hate on fucking. Now I'm gonna have blank on their Nickelback. People hate on
Oh,
Nickelback.
I love
Again,
Nickelback.
like you said, it's a meme to hate on Nickelback. It's a meme to hate on whatever. On Nicolas Cage, people hate on Nickelback. It's made for radio. Where else do I mean, that's where I listen to my music, on the radio. I don't know what you mean made for radio. Yeah, sure. I'm not just downloading people who don't make music for radio somewhere else on my Spotify, I guess. I don't know.
See, it's funny that you mentioned like made for
That
radio
argument,
because
what? Made for radio? What?
if you ask any band starting up or wherever they're at in their career, like their goal is to be on the
And
main
be played on
stage.
the radio.
Right, exactly.
You
That's
know?
the goal. Whether or not they want to admit it, that's always the
Yeah.
goal.
I don't understand it. So, but yeah, people hate on Nickelback. I like Nickelback. I could sit here and just rock out to a good Nickelback album. No problem. You want to play Picture? We'll fucking sing Picture. Let's go.
Photograph, you
I'm
mean?
Yeah, that one. Picture was Kid Rock and what's his face?
Sheryl
What's her
Crow.
name? Sheryl Crow. Yeah. Sorry, you're right. Photograph. Either way, come on now. You
Could you
sound like I like threw something
imagine those
completely off.
lyrics, though, guys?
Could
Look
you
at this
imagine?
picture.
Could you imagine if it's not like I used a word that doesn't even work with it. Like picture and photograph, they are like
They're interchangeable.
they're
I get
definitely
it.
interchangeable.
All right. So Warrior said he had a question for Cooch, but it wasn't about fault.
Let's go.
So Warrior, what is your question for Cooch? That far from one.
It's probably like, are you gonna play Among Us with all of us?
are, are you the imposter among us?
Yeah,
Have you seen that game being played though?
I have. I've watched it.
It's entertaining. It's entertaining to watch. You like football? Statement.
That's a statement. Yep. So yeah, but anyways, while we're waiting for his question, I think Fault's in a good spot. Is just gonna. I mean, are they gonna make their quarter one 2021
No,
release?
probably not.
I mean, it's still possible. We'll see. I mean, there's a chance of it not making it. Now, does it because they don't make their quarter one 2021 their quarter one 2021 release? Does that mean that the game's gonna fail?
No.
Definitely not.
Nope.
Definitely not. The thing is, they're not a AAA studio. All right. We can't expect AAA product out of them right away.
Right.
Right. The thing is, they're trying to give us the closest thing to AAA. That being itself, right there is like, it's not like they're just going to push a game out there for us to play and try to monetize off of it. They're literally trying to give us the best that they can give us and go from there.
So Warrior's question was, have you played any football games that didn't involve Madden? If so, which ones and what was your favorite?
Oh, my favorite by far. I played a bunch of them. For one, I don't like game. Was it NFL Game Day or what it was called? Is that what it's called? I don't know. The one that had the huge fucking football. I didn't like that one. I played that one. And then my favorite one is the college EA Sports NCAA football series. Um, that one was the
NCAA.
best one. Yep. It Game Day 98 on PS1. Yeah, I didn't like it. I was not a big fan of that. I like realism, all right? And when somebody's running with the ball and doesn't even hold it, his hands like this and the ball's spitting, it looks like he's like in the wild wild west and he's fucking spinning his gun. Like that's not real at all. I'm like, nope. So I'm all about the realism when it comes to my sports games. And that wasn't real, so I didn't like it. I've also played a game, and I say that I'm going to counteract it with this. Me and my friend, well, we all know Blue, Amazing Blue. Me and him, we would play on Sega. We would play this space football game. I can't remember what it was called. If he was here, he might be able to help me out. But we played this space football game, and Tecmo. We did play Tecmo Bowl on Genesis.
Tecmo
Yeah,
Bowl is also on the Switch now too.
yeah, we played Tecmo Bowl on Genesis. We did do that. But the space game, you were like these alien teams playing on these like football fields that were like in outer space, but like some of them like had Android holes in them, like because like an Android went through them, and you could fall through the hole if you. And then they'd be like, "All right, you're tackled or whatever." But you could also tackle the refs and get points. Like if you hit the ref and killed the ref, because like you were aliens, you would destroy people. Um, you would get points for destroying the ref. But you get a point, but you lose yards or something. I don't know. It was kind of worth it, but not worth it. But yeah, so I played that one. But college football, the ESPN football, I never played it. I was very interested to playing it because that's the one. If I'm correct me if I'm wrong, Warrior, that's the one that you literally was the visual, like you were first person playing the game. And I had the idea of it makes sense to me, but I think it only works in virtual reality. I don't think it works on controller. Like that was my problem with that. I don't see how you can look back for a football as a receiver. You know, you're trying to like, all right, now I got to find the ball, and you're sitting there trying to like, all right, let me pinpoint this ball, and then somehow have to know where your hands are at because you can't see your hands because you're looking for a ball, and you got to be able to catch it. You know, like that's. I think that'd be better for virtual reality if the ESPN come back out with that. That'd be great in my opinion.
Virtual
But
reality
college football,
football.
yeah. College football, though, I think that was my favorite. When, if, and when. So if there's a game that's going to take me from Fault or Paragon or any of these zombies, it's going to be college football. When college football comes back out, I will be playing college football. You guys will see me. I've contemplated grabbing my PS3, hooking up my Elgato
Your
fucking
capture
capture
card.
card to it, and streaming college football. I've contemplated doing that, but
You
it's
should do it
it's
for
such
a day.
it's such an old game that it's just like it's hard for me to do it.
It's such an old game, but people love the nostalgia.
Oh, I mean, I love the nostalgia, but like it's just like I know there's better out there. You know, just looking at Madden being made by the same team that made college football. Looking at it, I'm like, this is what it could be. This is the sport. You know, because you have to go through, and you still can. You still can go. and download the roster. All right. There's a company, I can't, Operation Sports is what it's called. You go to operationsports.com and you can search the game and you can get the updated roster. You can get the 2020 college football roster for your team or for the whole game, and you can download it to when you upload college football, NCAA 14. Um, and you upload that, you're able to play with the updated roster. The roster that's playing, that's going to be playing today with whatever, let's say Oklahoma State's playing today. You can play with Oklahoma State's roster that's playing today and go play the game. But you're playing with 2013's technology. And that's where it hurts. That's
Right.
where I'm like, ugh, this is where I want to play, but it hurts me to do this. If I could get enough people who own the game, because it's only on it's not only on PlayStation 4, but you can only play. There's no crossplay with it. But if I get enough people on PlayStation 3, PlayStation 3 that play the game and wanted to get a dynasty going, I would play it, guaranteed. If I get enough people, we got Warrior, we got Fluff, whatever. We all get our PS3s together and we start a dynasty and we set up a schedule for us to go play our games. So when me and Warrior play against each other, all right, we know, hey, Saturday, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, me and Warrior are gonna play our. We're gonna schedule our game. We're gonna play our game, and we play against each other. Our dynasty, right? So Warrior's got his. Well, he's from the New England area, so what he's got Boston College versus Michigan, right? And we're gonna go play the game, and we play it, and then the winner of the game, whatever, and then you move on, and you keep playing, and then at the end of the dynasty, you're playing for the national championship, and then whoever wins their conference moves on, whatever, and you go from there. I think that'd be great, but I don't know enough people that have the game that are willing to do it.
I just don't have a PS3.
And there's that. That's good.
Like,
You got to have the game. You got to have the
right.
PS3.
Apparently, according to Lollipop, Madden 21 will have college football. The college teams that will be available to select from is Florida, LSU, Michigan State, Oklahoma, Clemson, Nebraska, or hey, Nebraska's in there.
Okay.
I mean, we are trash, but whatever.
No. What do you know about Michigan State?
I know nothing.
Exactly. All right. What else have we got on there?
Miami, Texas, and USC.
Yeah.
Oregon.
That's really the only one I have a problem with. Why the hell would you pick Michigan State out of all of them? Like, Michigan State's the only one that doesn't work there. Florida, blue blood. LSU, blue blood. Oklahoma, blue blood. Clemson, blue blood. Nebraska, blue blood. Yeah. All right. So those are the other ones I would kind of take them off of there as well. But Nebraska's got a name. They built a name for themselves back in the 90s. So they fit, right? They fit that. Oregon, all right. They built a name for themselves because they're, everybody knows Oregon because all the uniforms they can be, right? Miami's blue blood. Look back at the 80s when they played. You literally had Dwayne the Rock Johnson playing for Miami. A lot of people don't know that.
Yes.
He played with Warren Sapp, and he also played with one other person I can't remember his name. Ray Lewis. Thank you. Holy cow. I say thank you to myself. Texas, blue blood. USC, blue blood. All those are blue bloods except for Michigan State. Why the hell are they there? Now, I'm biased because Michigan's a blue blood and definitely deserves to be there. But even taking my bias from that, Ohio State deserves to be on there more than Michigan State does. And I hate Ohio State. But they're more deserving of than Michigan State. That's why I say trash. It was nothing really towards the Nebraska.
Oh, I know.
Now what I would still take Nebraska off that list because when we're talking about relevance now, we're talking about 2021. Nebraska's not relevant in 2021 right now. Are they going to be? Are they working to get relevant with Scott Frost? Yes, they're working on it. They'll get there, but they're not right now. So why are they on 2021 on Madden? That doesn't make any sense.
After Ice Space Football and Ref Point.
And Ref Point. Well, basically, what it came down to, Warrior, is so I even put you in the conversation. It came down to, Warrior, real quick recap. If I could get enough people who had a PS3 and NCAA football 2014, I would start a dynasty and we'd be playing football. We'd be playing college football because I love the game that much. And that's what I would do. And it'd be fun to sit there and have actual scheduled games like you and me, you Boston College, me Michigan, and we would play against each other. Right. And I only pick Boston College because I know you're over there in the northeast side of that. I don't know who your team is if you have a team, but that's who so I only pick that. Right. And we'd play against each other and we could stream it. Right. That would be dope. Right. Mm-hmm. So when college football does come back out, because thanks to the NIL name, image, likeness scandal that's happening, lawsuit that's going on. college football players or college athletes will be allowed to be able to get paid for their name, their image, and their likeness. All right. So because of that, now EA Sports can come back out with a football game. It's just going to take time
Right.
for the legalities to kind of get all figured out and what's going to happen. So I'm thinking like a 2022, we'll have a college football again. College football was one of the top rated selling franchises in for sports games, video games. All right. Madden was number one, college football was number one. And EA Sports owned all of it. So I gave my PS away like 2 years ago. Yeah, right.
That's
They did make a basketball game. The basketball game got was taken off the shelf in 2010. 2010 was the last game they made a basketball game. I own that one as well.
All right, Cooch. So
Yep.
bringing things here, kind of. I don't know how much time we got, so we'll try to bring to a
I
close.
got all day, brother.
Got
What
all
do you
day.
want to do? I got all day.
So
I'm
one
not
question I had,
time, but I got all day.
one question I had is streaming, and like you stream quite a bit. What got you started into streaming?
Don 44. Shout out to him. So in the Navy, my wife went through some complications after giving birth to my son. I was held to I had to move her back home to Michigan.
Okay.
So I became what is known in the military as a geo bachelor. So geographically, I was a bachelor, is what really kind of comes down to that, right? Um, so I would come home every day from work, and I had nothing to do except for play video games. So as I'm playing video games, Don 44 was already streaming, right? And I'd be watching his streams, and I'd hang out with him, and that was my way of interacting with my brother because him being in Michigan, me being in Virginia, we were such a long distance. I wasn't able to interact with him, so that was me and him having that brother interaction. Still
Right.
was him
Right.
streaming, but seeing him doing it was like, this looks fun, looks interesting. I would love I'm literally going home every day, not doing anything. So let me stream, let me interact with people, let me do what I can. And that's where I came in with that situation. I was like, all right, here we go. I started streaming, and ironically, I think I started streaming Fortnite, um, which is a game I do enjoy. The game, I literally
Oh
enjoy
man.
the game, but I hate the building, right?
Yeah.
I also have like a really anti-bias against Epic Games because
Right.
of what they did to Paragon.
Same.
So it really hurt to go play Fortnite, but it was a free game to play, and it's a battle royale, and I enjoy the idea of a battle royale.
Well, see, what's
So
funny about Fortnite though is like when they first came out, their original like intent was save the world. Fortnite.
right,
Like
yeah,
like the original intent was save the world, and then like I think PUBG was like the first, like one of the first battle royales
it
to
was
come
one of
out, and
the ones.
like I think Fortnite saw we could make a free game, get people maybe over to save the world, and it blew up,
Yep.
and like it. So I and like now I think save the world isn't even supported by them anymore. Like I think they shut those servers down
Uh,
for save the world
no. You can still play Save the World, but they're not doing any. There's not going to be any more updates to it.
updates,
They're not going to do any more updates to Save the World. What it is now is what it's going to be, is what they came out and said.
which is
So
sad because like I'm one of the ones that purchased save the world, like I said, save the world stuff, and like I enjoyed it, but like no one
I'm
ever played it.
again, I'm frugal with my money. Once saw you had to pay for it, I'm like, nope, I'll keep doing. I'll keep playing Fortnite. It's free, you know. So I'm like, nope, I don't want to save the world. I'm gonna do the battle royale. So, and
And
yeah.
Fortnite's probably still like the top game, and like the Fall Guys take out Fortnite.
Fall Guys did for a while, but I think Fall Guys are now the Fall Guys.
Right, yeah. Like I think the Fall Guys hype, because like Fall Guys is kind of that like fun game to play that could take your brain off things. It's not serious. You don't
Right.
care. So it's one of those games to play. Like I think that kind of phased out, and now
Fall
they're
Guys, watching you guys play Fall Guys actually had me entertained and actually had me wanting to play. I played it with my son because I downloaded it was free for
right.
PlayStation
PS
Network to
Plus.
play. So I downloaded it since it was free, and I let my kids play it. And as I was watching them play it, I'm like, I want to give this a try. So I jumped on, and the timing was way the fuck off. And you saw me last night. I was getting tilted last night. Fault did a patch note, and in the patch notes they changed their projectile speed. So their projectile speed was changed. So now my timing is all off. So I was missing my thunks. All right. And it's all about timing. You got to get that timing back down. The timing for Fall Guys on PlayStation, I don't know what it is on PC. You guys that play on PC, I don't know if it's different or not. But I'm sitting there hitting X and nothing's happening. And then I'm falling off the edge. I'm like, why?
Dude, that
So
happens on
then,
PC too. So
so then if I hit X way back when I like before I even think about, hey, I should probably hit X soon. I just hit it now. And I'm like, oh, I made my jump when I needed to. I'm like, that was way off. I'm like, nope, don't like this. I want nothing to do with it because
I will
I don't
say it's not
I
that
don't care
bad on
what
PC.
I don't care what people say. All that timing, your muscle spasms, everything, all that timing, it crosses over to other games. And that's why you need, hey, if I haven't played this game in a while, I'm gonna need a warm-up. So if I've been sitting here playing Fall Guys and I got used to that timing, now I gotta go play Fall, and I'm like sitting there like, oh man, I shot too early. Oh shit, I shot too early. Oh, and it's like you gotta stop, regroup, and get your focus back in. Like, okay, and I gotta get my timing down here.
Warrior said, "Yeah, it makes me question if my keyboard is functioning at times." And
Exactly.
I have
I
that. So
hate
like I cheat when I play Fall Guys. Like I play on I have my Xbox controller hooked up to my PC, and I play it that way. And I don't notice many issues, but occasionally, like if I press a button and nothing happens. So I mean, I think it's definitely bugs in their system they need to work out. I think the PlayStation, like I think I heard things about PlayStation timing being way off, but
I
lame.
actually I didn't think, I mean, until Warrior said lame, I thought that's what everybody did. I thought everybody who played on
A
PC
lot of people play with their controller. Warrior, stop
went
it.
to went to controller. I thought that's what everybody did. I mean,
Well, see, for
I
me, the reason I did it, because like when I play Fall Guys, especially if I'm streaming, I'm usually sitting back like this, and I just want to relax and play a game, right? That's
right,
why I bought a microphone stand that I can swing back and forth.
right.
And so, like, I just want to relax and play a game. But Fall Guys is a controller game. You can play it with keyboard. It's just weird.
Even on PC. Yeah, that's nudes. That's exactly how I felt. So everybody doesn't Fluff. You might not know Baggy Noodle Arms. Baggy Noodle Arms is another guy who does a great stream networking uh, Discord, and that's
Okay.
how I know nudes. And actually jumped. That was one of my first networking Discords I jumped into. Great guy. Um, he That's exactly what I thought, nudes. I thought Fall Guys was another version of what we call Rocket League. Rocket League, like almost everybody plays
Never
Rocket
played.
League on PC, plays it on controller. I haven't played either. So, but I've watched a lot of people. We have a friend, a mutual friend, somebody I was in the Navy with, MTD Robin, who is a really good Fall player, tough Rocket League player, but he plays on controller because like it's so like that's a game that you don't want to play on mouse and keyboard. It's like Rocket League. You can use keyboard with a little bit. Yeah, as I'm saying it, he's typing it. Yep.
A lot
So
of people need to be true K&M gamers. I don't know what K&M is. Am I supposed to know what that is?
keyboard and mouse.
Oh, okay. See, like, I like the controller. I tried Rocket League with the controller last week. I was complete shite. I mean, that's saying more about the operator, I think. Anyway, but yeah, like no, Fall Guys is one of those games I played just to kind of. It's fun to play, fun to sit back and relax, hang out with. Like I usually play with tacos. It's kind of fun to sit back and relax and just have
Right.
a chill stream. That's the reason I played it. Same with Among Us. Among Us is very, very laid back. Like it's fun to try to defend yourself. I'm not a good liar though. So why I play Among Us, I have no idea. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I don't know. I see Among Us and like Uno. Playing Uno online is just a way of like ending friendships. You know, think about it. I don't play Among Us, so I don't have this issue. But think about it. If this person can lie this easily to me, can I trust them?
see, it's funny you mentioned that though, because there's a YouTuber I watch. His name is Toast, right? This disguised Toast is his YouTube name, and like he does a lot of Among Us content. And I watched a video last night. He was playing against a good friend, and like he lied so good. He was the imposter, and he lied so good. It's like he got his friend on his side, and when it came out he was the imposter because he won. His friend was like, and just he's the Toast like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
So I get
I
your point.
I get outed so fast, Beth says. That's I don't know. I haven't watched the game enough to really understand what goes on. I know you have tasks you're supposed to be completing. Um I don't know. I don't think I've ever watched the game where a game
Rewind,
where
you say that, but I've watched you play, and I did not see that backed up at all. Uh.
I don't think I've ever watched the game to where I've actually watched the streamer be the imposter, so I don't know how that gets chosen and how they are
It's just
supposed to
random.
go around and uh how they're supposed to go around and like kill people, but also act like they're doing their task or whatever. I don't know. I don't know how it works. I don't
S-
watch it that much.
So as a newer player with Among Us, and shout out to Rewind, he gifted it to me on Steam. So, uh, but a new player to Among Us, like I watched enough being played. I'm like, I got this. Playing it's different than watching it because like if you're a regular crewmate, you have to go and do the task stuff like that. But like if you're an imposter, like my first game, I think I was the imposter, right? I didn't know what task like I didn't know how long tasks usually take or what rooms were what or what I was doing. So I got outed so fast because I
Yep.
was like, I have no idea what I'm doing here. But
Yeah. Now the tasks look easy as fuck. I'm watching people do the task, and you just gotta like connect the dots or whatever. Or hey, we get the blue wire to the blue wire, the red wire, the wire, the yellow wire, and then the green wire, the green wire. There you go.
so the
Task.
tasks aren't
Like,
meant
oh,
to be
that's easy.
the tasks aren't meant to be hard. I don't think. I think they're meant to like if you complete the like if everybody completes all their tasks before everybody's killed, they like you win. That's the point of the task.
All
That's the
right,
objective.
Warrior, you disappoint me.
What do you do?
I thought for sure when Warrior saw Rewind, he was gonna drop his my inspired emote or inspired by me emote. I guess is the way I should have said that. I definitely thought I was gonna get dropped in here.
Then dip.
You
When
play
you
3 games max. Well, that's what it is. It is though. So one night he got the 3 wins, and the next night he got 3 wins, and then the next night he won the first game, and then the rest of them he lost.
Yeah, see, so like when I watched Rewind play, he was like best imposter in NA. They was the imposter, and he was like the first one to get outed and to get eliminated. I'm like, I don't see this backed up at all right now. Like, then like the next game he was imposter, he got outed again. I'm like, dude, where's this best imposter NA coming from? Like, I don't see it.
What I do like about Among Us, and that's the memes that I'm seeing.
Yes,
Some of these memes that we're dropping in stream work, I say weird,
uh,
but like we as a group, I'm not doing it.
it's
But
funny.
like some
They're
of those
funny.
memes are like great. I love. Um, I saw one on Facebook, and I don't know if somebody posted or maybe I don't think I. There it is. There it is. So on Facebook, it was like this. They, you know how like they have those blow up suits, and
Yeah.
then the guy in blue was like coming out of the vent, and then the red guy, which you could tell they used these blow up suits for something else before, because if you look at it, it's actually the Kool-Aid man. So you can see Kool-Aid man's face on it, but it's like, all right, but he's supposed to be the red, red Among Us character, whatever you call him. And he sees that, he's like, oh shit, he starts like running, and you can see him slipping through the hallway to try to come around a corner. And then as he comes around the corner, the blue guy's already right there. And he's like, oh, and then ends up killing him, whatever. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, Among Us definitely has all the memes right now. And what's funny is like I didn't realize either. Like Among Us has been around for 2 years.
Yeah.
It's not a new game.
I hear Among Us is a lot like what is that other one? Salem or whatever, which is a Salem or something like that. There's
Yeah,
something
that's what Warrior and I were talking about the other day in his. I think it was
and
in
that
his
one's been
Discord.
out for a while as well too, I guess.
But like, see, I always tell people Among Us is similar to Clue, but not exactly the same. Like has the same premise. Like someone died, you got to solve the mystery and eliminate people
Town of Salem.
and try to figure out why they died or how
Okay.
they died. So that's what I tell people. But like, apparently, I'm completely wrong on that. On that, I've never played Town of Salem, so I don't know. I don't
I
think I've
mean,
ever even seen
I
it
never
played.
even heard of it. I only heard of it because of people talking about Among Us. And I do remember people talking about Among Us being older than it actually is, and it just kind of hit. So, and I think that goes to say something about streaming and how big streaming is going, right?
Right.
So, streaming is such a big platform now that you can take a big streamer like Dr. Lupo or Tim the Tatman or whatever, and they can go play a game that was nothing, like a nothing, compared to viewership wise.
Right.
Go play that game, for a couple days, and next thing you know, you're gonna see this game's just gonna start climbing. Then they stop playing, let them stop playing, and then the next week you're gonna go from those numbers of people watching, Among Us, whatever. Like let's say just numbers wise, there was only 100 people playing slash watching Among Us on Twitch, right? And then we get Tim the Tent Man and Dr. Lupo playing together, and they're having a good time for like these 2 days. Let's just say Monday and Tuesday they played it, right? And then they're all right. We'll go back to playing Call of Duty or whatever game they're playing at that time. You go back and watch the next week, you're gonna see Among Us now has 500 people, whatever.
Right. Yeah.
The number's gonna jump. And because it's gonna introduce, they're introducing those older games. And somebody can do that. I don't know if that's what happened with Among Us. I'm just saying it has that capability because the streaming platform is now that big. Streaming is now a back when we were kids.
Mainstay.
Yeah, back when we were kids, the idea of watching somebody else play video games or just watching somebody else on a computer like that was not even a thing. Like that what? I literally was 25 years old in Dahlgren, not Dahlgren. Yeah, in Dahlgren, Virginia for C school. Maybe I was 26 at that time. I might have been. No, I was 25. 25 years old in Dahlgren. And I was watching a kid watch somebody play League of Legends. I'm like, why are you watching somebody else play games right now? Like, this doesn't even make sense. He was watching it on YouTube. I'm like, why would you do that? Like, why don't you just play the game? Right. And then here I am as 33. I'm that guy now. I'm both of those guys. I'm the guy that's playing the game and people are watching, and I'm also the one that's watching the guys play the games. Like I literally just like that became that guy because that's how big this platform has gotten.
See, I was the same way though. Like a friend of mine had a kid, and he's like 4 or 5 now, and he like a year ago, like he had a tablet, which I think is too young for a tablet. That's just my opinion. I don't have kids, so what do I know? But he had a tablet, and he was watching people play Fortnite and stuff on YouTube, and I was like, he was 4, I think.
How my old son is, and he's got a tablet too. As a parent, not that it's not the way we go about it, but it happens to be that way sometimes. Tablets can be the best babysitters.
Oh, I know.
So that's really what it comes down to. You need that. Like, hey, let me just have a little time. Let me drink my coffee. Watch your damn tablet.
Well, I get it, but like, I guess I come from a point like when I grew up, like I went outside and played in the dirt and mud
Right.
and did stupid stuff that I shouldn't be doing. That was how I was. But like times are different, and like being out, but especially like anymore being a parent and like letting your kids go outside unsupervised is a scary thought. That's kidnapping is a real thing in our country, sadly, and it
Right.
happens. So I mean, it's a scary thought, and I get it. So I get why like technology's taken over. I just don't want it to become a thing where like no one ever goes outside anymore, or
No,
like
we get
no one has social skills anymore.
the kids go outside. Me just talking as a parent, I know you weren't asking, but it happens. The kids go outside, but when we first get up in the morning, and I'm getting them breakfast and I want to have my coffee. I'm not going to get them dressed to go outside. Here you go, just watch your
Right,
tablet.
right. I get that.
Or he wants to, like, he literally was sitting there eating his breakfast, watching his tablet. I want to play Fortnite. I want to play Fortnite. And I'm pretty sure I still have a bowl of cereal out there that I need to go take care of because he didn't eat all of it because he wanted to play Fortnite. And I was so set on getting ready for the sports show that I didn't even think about saying, hey, you can play Fortnite after you're done eating your cereal. So I'm pretty sure I got a bowl of cereal that I got to take care of after the show. And by take care of, I mean throw it away because I'm not eating that soggy cereal.
No, I don't blame you.
But yeah, so it happens. I got Ashley nudes if he's still here. He was a part of the conversation. I felt like I was being attacked as a parent when somebody asked me why is it because I went into and I told nudes I was like, hey, my 4-year-old son got his first win on Fortnite.
Yeah.
And that's a proud dad moment right there. I was like, dude, like, he got his first win, and it wasn't just like he ran around and ended up getting that last kill. He was a 5-kill game, and
He
the
did
last
good.
kill, yeah, the last one he got was a snipe shot. Now granted, Fortnite has SBMM, right? And I haven't played Fortnite in forever. So right now it's like the skill base is very low, but it fits his skill base.
Right.
And but somebody asked me in the Discord, well, isn't 4 years old, you know, too young for a kid to be playing a real life game, like using real guns, shooting at real people like Fortnite? And in my head, I'm like, that's not real people. If you literally watch Fortnite die, a little fucking thing, like makes their image go away, like it's a little drone, like
It's
they,
like, zoop.
like it's like almost like a hologram. I'm
Yeah.
like, that's not real, and that's what I was thinking. But I also was like, I instantly, and Nudes is here. I'm sitting there. I'm on my phone. I'm getting ready to go to work, and I'm about to rage. I'm like, did this person really just attack my parent? Like me parenting? I'm like, And I waited. I'm like sitting there like, how do I form this? Because I respect nudes and I know that's his Discord, that's his server. So I'm like, how do I respond to this,
Respectfully.
but still be respectful, but get my point across? I was like, how do I? Okay, I'm like, and my wife wasn't awake yet. I was waiting to tell her about it. I just can't believe my
Nudes,
parent.
he was coming for you, bud.
No, not him. It was somebody else that asked
Oh,
me.
okay,
And
okay.
it was in his Discord. So I was like, how do I do this and not be disrespectful to nudes and the Discord? I was like, how do I do this? Oh gosh, what do I got here? I'm like, oh, and I finally figured out. And I'm like, so I said to him, hey, it's probably not a good idea if you don't know the person to question their parenting. And then the person came off and was like, oh, wait, hey, no, like I think it is a good idea for me to question because I can learn from it. I'm like, if there's only one answer that can be the right answer to reply back to me, that's the one. So then I instantly kind of came down from it. And I'm like, can't believe you let your kid use a tablet. You kids are going to grow up and be like me.
Is
Is it
that
really
really what you want?
what? Right? So, but and that's like, and so then I also I was like, fine, if you want to use this as a learning situation, I was like, this is how I see it. The way I see it is it's a lot like raising a dog. Now, I'm not comparing my kids to dogs on
Is
that.
your wife watching this?
I've already told her about it. I showed her the exact messages I sent to in the Discord. I'm like, it's a lot like raising a dog. All right, in my opinion, dogs, you don't have aggressive breeds of dogs. It is all on how you raise them, right? You can have little freaking chihuahuas be aggressive and be assholes, right?
I know.
And you can have pit bulls that are the friendliest dog you've ever seen.
Sweetest dog.
Exactly. And it's all about how you raise them. All right. So if you raise your kid to understand what a gun is and not to touch a gun, and when he gets old enough, I will show him the correct proper ways to use a gun and how to handle it and stuff like that. That'll happen, right? But at 4 years old, yes, I let him play Fortnite, but I'm not putting a gun in his hand. Here you go. This is how you load it. This is how you do this. This is how I'm not doing that. You know. So it's all about how you raise them. If you raise them right, you won't have any issues.
Right.
Talk about kids or dogs in any situation.
See, that's my thing too. Is like I'm 27. I'm a bachelor. I don't have kids or a wife or anything. So like I don't question parenting because I don't know how hard it is. Like I don't have experience with it. So like I get the tablet thing being a babysitter. I'm just going like when I say something like that, I go off my childhood and like I didn't have that and I think I came out fine. I also ate mud as a 5-year-old, so don't do that. Uh, shut up, Cooch. Don't even. I saw that look. You were thinking it. It's not a Nebraska thing. Shush. I grew up on a farm. Okay. We also made forts and stuff like that. So that's how I grew up. And like, I
Yeah.
I just wish like and like not saying your kids like I know you said your kids go outside and stuff. There's a lot of kids that like the parents let the tablets parent them and let the technology do everything and they don't pay attention to their kids. And it's like and that's what I find funny now, like the whole like at home like virtual learning stuff for school. I think is making the parents interact with their kids. And I think it's good, but at the
Yeah.
same time, I think people are gonna realize how hard the teachers have it as well when the kids are at school.
Oh, definitely.
Um, like you were talking about last night, you're teaching your daughter math, and like, Cooch, are you a teacher?
Hell no. Hell no.
So like and like I think and I like your daughter's at a young enough age I think to where like the multiplication stuff's pretty like not hard to teach. It's not like division and going and all that kind of stuff because that especially like the geometry stuff. Don't ever try to teach that. It's impossible. I'm a
I'm actually
genius
pretty
and I don't
decent
know.
at it,
I
but
suck at it.
you're a genius, huh? Is that
I
self-proclaimed?
yes it is.
Okay. I just wondering. That came out of nowhere. I'm like, all right,
I'm a
interesting.
genius.
Yeah, all right. I I'm actually I'm decent with the algebra and geometry and that side of it, but like that whole thing I told you last night, man. So for all of you that don't know, my daughter's doing online schooling because of COVID and all that stuff. Um, they instantly just put her right into multiplication. She hasn't had any multiplication training. She's in third grade. Okay, she hasn't had any multiplication training, and like her first problem is 5 times 40. I'm like, how if you don't know how to do 1 times 1 or 2 times 0 or whatever, how the hell are you gonna do 5 times 40? Like that doesn't make any sense to me. Like so I had to like instead of just trying to let her go through her schooling, her online schooling, we shut that down. I came out to the streaming computer here and I printed out a lot of those some of you guys might be too young for this. I don't know if you guys were still using it. I know
The
Fluff
bell
said
work, as they called it.
you had 60 uh questions, or equations, whatever you had to do, multiplication problems, and you had to answer that as fast as you could in a minute. What we had to do in school. I printed off a bunch of those, right? All the ones by ones, the by zeros, and then there was like a 2x2 and a 3x2, and then like trying to figure that. I was like, all right, print them off, and I gave them to him. Here you go, and I gave her the ones. I told her, I was like, here you go. The rule of multiplication by one is everything is the same number as what your multiplied number. So 9 times one is 9. 8 times 1 is 8. I explained that to her. She said, okay. I was all right. And she went through, did that, got them all correct. Pretty quick. No problem. All right. Gave her the zeros. All right. Everything times by zero is 0. Everything. She's like, okay. Gave her the paper. Go through, got them all correct. It's all right. So I gave her another one. I'm like, all right, here's the 2x2 and 3x2s. And I this is the one that was catching her off a little bit. And I explained to her, anytime you multiply something by 2, you are actually adding it to itself. And it took her a while to understand that. But I asked her this morning when I was getting her breakfast ready. I'm like, hey, what's the rule of 1 times 1? She goes, it's the number it's multiplied by. Okay. What about 0? She's like, it's 0. I'm like, okay. What about if times it by 2? She's like, it's adding it to itself. I'm like, there we go. We got it. So it took her a little bit to understand that one. She got the questions wrong. I explained it to her how we figured it out. She went through the paperwork, got it all correct. Love my girl.
And Cooch is the best teacher, NA.
Okay.
Everybody,
All right.
he's going to do one stream a week where he teaches algebra.
Oof. I can just see my viewer count just plummeting now. Can you have negative viewer count? Because I think that's where I would be.
Twitch will come by and be like, nah, man.
Can
Stop.
Cooch be my teacher?
Kinky.
Hey, shout out to Frankie. Frankie, I saw you in here. Fable, what's going on?
We have some interesting things to like.
Oh, that's something I would tune into. Oh, gosh. Damn.
Beth said, I have my son's teacher and school staff question me all the time about my son playing Minecraft could be the reason he's aggressive and mean to others.
Get the fuck out of here.
And that's the argument. It's been a lot like my whole life has been the argument of like is games teaching kids to be violent, and like you can't blame like Grand Theft Auto, for example, went under scrutiny, right? Because it's a game where you literally the whole object of the game is to steal stuff and kill people and be a bad person. But like I don't think
That's
you
how I
can.
live my life.
I don't think you can relate video games. I mean, you can and you can't. I don't think you can relate video games to kids being
Later, Warrior. Have a good one, man. Thanks for hanging out.
for kids being bad to other kids. I mean, I don't know. Where do you stand in that debate, Cooch?
I said it already. It's how you raise them.
This is true.
It's how you raise them. I played Grand Theft Auto as a kid. I'm not as uh, easygoing as Nudes, I guess, because he said he played GTA as a kid and
Wouldn't kill a fly.
Won't kill a fly. I'll kill flies. I mean, maybe that's where the Grand Theft Auto me comes out. I'm all about it. Like, don't mess with me, fly. Shoot fly, don't bother me. I will kill you. So yeah, no, I've never been a bad kid when it came to schooling. I was hardly ever in trouble. If I ever got in trouble, it's because of something. The way our schooling system worked when I was in school was if you were involved in a fight, not if you didn't start the fight, but somebody started beating up on you. One, you're going to defend yourself. You're not going to sit there and take it. And even if you didn't take it, even if you did just sit there and take it, you were involved in the fight. You're getting kicked out, right?
Right.
So you might as well throw a punch back if you're being involved in a fight. Those were the only times that I ever got like in trouble at school. Is like somebody else just wanted to be a bully for whatever reason and wanted to do whatever. So that was the only time I really got in trouble. Other than that, I would be what most people would consider a goody two shoes when it comes to a lot of that stuff. And I played Grand Theft Auto. I played football. I played aggressive games. I played shooters. Like it's all about how you raise them.
True. Scooch, get back more on topic here. Besides Fault, what is your favorite video game right now? If there is one.
Next question. Um,
So because I went back in your stream history a little bit, and I saw like at times you play Call of Duty. Like, are you a
it,
big Call of Duty fan?
it would have to be Call of Duty for the reason of I can actually I'm a team player. I love playing team games. I love getting on comms and working together as a team. Um, so it would have to be Call of Duty. I think that because I love the battle royale aspect. I love the you land, you work as a team, you try to get loot as a team, and then you start pushing as a team. You defend as a team. Like I love the team aspect of games. Go back and look at all of my history. um I'm trying to think of a time that I played a game that was a solo player game, like God of War, we'll say, right? That's like literally that's all it's just you playing the game, right? You playing the story mode. There's no team side of it.
Right.
Now there's tons of times I solo queue in Fault, I solo queue in Fortnite, I solo queue it in Call of Duty, right? But those are games that I play because
You enjoy it.
I can have a team. Like not every time I play a game is somebody on playing the game. So like, hey, I can team up, So there's times I gotta play solo, but it's still a team organized game that I can play as a team. And that's what I love about video games.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough. I like the team aspect too. Like, I've never been big in Call of Duty. Like, I don't know if it's just I'm not good at it. Like I played what is it, Warzone? Now the big thing. Like I played Warzone for a little bit with a friend of
Yep.
mine, and
Warzone to Call of Duty.
I just couldn't do it. Like I'm not a big battle royale fan either. I'm not good at them.
Gotcha.
But like Warzone's probably one of the better battle royales I've played though.
I 100%
Uh,
agree. I think it's the best one in my opinion.
because like I think Call of Duty One kind of already had something like that with team deathmatch, so they kind of already had the base laid down for something like that. And then for them to implement like a free for all or team based battle royale, I think it was easier for them to do, and it looks more realistic to me than a lot of them.
Right.
I can't stand PUBG. I don't know why. I just can't.
A lot of people don't like PUBG. Although Nudes here, he's a big PUBG guy. Or not a big PUBG guy. I guess he played a lot of PUBG before. I don't know if he still does. Um, there's actually a clip that if you listen to a little shout out to Nudes and um, the Real Darth guy, they do a podcast, GG Weekly podcast, and they reference a video of Nudes actually playing PUBG with Luke Diamond, and I guess like that was back when PUBG first came out, and they had graphic issues on Nudes' side. There's like he couldn't see anything, and he's driving a car, and he's can't like, he for what he's seeing, he's just driving on terrain. And then on Luke's scene, you see him like going through houses. He's like just busting through these walls. Like, what's going on? Like, so I actually haven't seen the clip. I've heard about the clip multiple times on the podcast, but so yeah. Um, but Beth here says that they played Guitar Hero when they were a kid. That just means that because of this same property, right? If you play aggressive games, you're going to be an asshole bully as you grow up, right? Because you play Guitar Hero as you were a kid, you are now going to be a rock star artist. That's what you're going to be.
I mean, yeah.
You obviously played Guitar Hero when you were a kid. That means you're going to grow up to be a rock star. That's just what it is.
Is the Guitar Hero still around? No, now it's Beat Saber. I don't know if you've ever seen Beat Saber played.
Well, Beat Saber, I think that's the virtual reality one of it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I have seen it. But Guitar Hero is still around. It's not as popular. They have a couple different ones. They have DJ Hero. They have Rock Band. Rock Band really hasn't made anything recently, but yeah, there's stuff there.
I never I play Guitar Hero. Like I never owned it, but I had friends that did, and you go over, hang out, and you play a game. Guitar Hero is one of those games you kind of play together. And so we
Right.
play like we would play Guitar Hero, but I never played it in depth. Same with like Super Smash Brothers, like Brawl or whatever it was.
Right.
I never really got into that either because like
I never
I
played.
didn't own that system. But
No.
well, I can't
I
play
was
guitar to save my
never
life.
I was never into a game that just had to smash buttons and hopefully I'd win. I
Dude,
don't.
that's how I play Fault. What are you talking about?
Well, I know, and I've seen the
I mean,
gameplay.
you've seen my yeah. It's just me going foo 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 flah.
Almost ideally, if you guys go back and watch this VOD, you'll see he's not lying.
I am not that bad.
No, he's
I've
not.
been getting better.
Although I mean, it's almost ideal to to Gideon. I don't know what you just did there, but yeah, that works. Uh, so Shipple says that the most of a battle royale kind of game that he's played is
Apex.
Spellbreak.
Oh,
Uh,
Spellbreak's fun.
Spellbreak's one I haven't played. I have seen it, the idea of it, and I'm
It's different.
interested. I'm interested, but again, like right now, I think if Spellbreak would have came out prior to July 17th, I would have played it. Guaranteed would have played it. Um, but right now, it's just to pull me away from Fault. It's almost impossible. I've had a lot of friends ask me to come play other games with them,
Yes, yes, he has.
and it's just hard for me to say yes to that. You know, I don't want to be the guy, but yeah, I'll come play that game with you. And I've done this. Chocoboos. I'm sorry if you're here or if you watch this VOD at all. He's asked me to come back to play. Hey, come play PS4 with me. Because he only has PS4 at the point. He's like, come play whatever game. Like we've downloaded a couple of games to play with each other. I haven't been able. I told him, yeah, we'll do that, and I haven't been able to do it. I literally can't get away from this game. I wouldn't say it's it's the PC side of it because like I haven't even left the PC. I've only played PC games since I made the PC or built the PC. But I mean, if this game was on PlayStation, I would be playing PlayStation right now, and I'd be only playing this game right now. Like it's that good to me. That's
So,
what's where I'm at.
so what is it about Fault then that's just dragging you in? Just the team-based aspect of it, just the character aspect of it. Like what is it about Fault
It
or Paragon itself that dragged you in so much?
It's the MOBA. It
MOBA.
literally is. It is the game of. So before I even knew what a MOBA was, I played a MOBA, not knowing it. Right. So I grew up playing Warcraft 1, 2, and 3 on PC. Right. And that was my brother, not Don, my other brother. Um, he he played Warcraft and we were playing it, right? And it was that normal. It was the you have two teams on one side of the map and two teams on the other side of the map, so it's like a 2v2, right? And
Right.
you're building up your base, and then you go attack, right? And you try to, and you either try to attack or you try to defend. Either way, whatever's happening, and you got to destroy their bases. If you destroy their bases, you win. That's what you play. But on Warcraft 3, you could play these what I consider them mini games, right? You can you can sign online and you play these mini games. And there was one that was really cool. It was a tower defense games. So that's I used to have a tower defense game on my phone. I would just sit there and play. There was that monkey balloon game
Balloons
that you
tower defense.
yeah, that you would play, and you'd have all these
I
monkeys that
used to
you could
play that.
sit there and pop the balloons. I'd play that on the computer, right? And that because I would play that because of the tower defense game that I played on Warcraft, the little mini game, and I liked it because somebody would make it. It was like somebody modded that game for it to fit. You could play a football, you could play an NFL tower defense, right? And then you could pick your team. Like, all right, you wanted and like your certain teams at that time, you could pick the Ravens, right? And the Ravens had a really good defense with Ray Lewis and all that stuff, right? So you'd have a strong defense, right? So then, but then you could pick like a high-powered offense, which would be at that, let's just say Lions with Barry Sanders for whatever reason, right? Because I can't think of anything else right now. We'll Kansas City with Patrick Mahomes. You have a strong offense, so that means they would do more damage because they would be out there just whatever.
Right.
Certain your towers would have certain things like that, right? And you could pick towers for that reason. So that was cool. I thought that was awesome how that modded. But I also found this thing called Dota, not knowing what the hell Dota was at the time. And it literally was this backwards C or a sideways U map. And you had these little minions that would go to the middle of the map and fight each other. And then you have so many heroes on one side and so many heroes on the other side. And then you go in, you'd fight in the middle. And is what I called it push a war because you were pushing the other team back trying to get to their base and they're pushing you back trying to get to your base. And it's just this nonstop fight to
Right.
destroy the other team's base. I was like, man, this is fun. I love playing that mode. Didn't know what it was, didn't know at all. I played it, loved it, and then after our Warcraft, after a WoW came out, and I wasn't going to pay for WoW, I quit playing Warcraft and just never really got into it. And then that whole time frame from when I was a middle schooler, pretty much, to when I was, in the Navy, 27 years old, maybe 26, 27 years old, Paragon came out, and I played Paragon, and not even connecting the two. I played it. I mean, I love this game. Playing it, loving it. That died. Still didn't make any connection. Genesis came out. I started playing Genesis, and I'm like, and then I'm also into the community more. I'm paying more attention to what, I'm following, Britick and the Parrot Zombies and understanding what a MOBA is, and I'm seeing people make references to Dota, to League of Legends, to Dota 2, and making those connections, and somebody saying that this was on Warcraft, and I'm like, wait, I played this. Wait, this is the MOBA is what I love. It's not Paragon, it's not Genesis, it's not Dota, it's the MOBA that I love. Now, out of all of those MOBAs, Paragon slash Parazombies are the ones that I love the most. I think they're aesthetically pleasing. I love the characters they have. The heroes are in the game. That's what I would say is what I go into.
So is it fair to say then you like objective based games? Like you like to have that objective, like you're supposed to win this, and this is how you do it. So you take down a tower and take orb prime, stuff like that.
I mean, I think it's fair to say, but I also think it's you would point out the fact that isn't every game objective? Isn't there an objective to every game? You don't just go. Now that's why I guess that's why you're right. Yes, it's objective games because like I don't go play Minecraft just to go randomly build my own tower or whatever and do nothing with it. Like I need a reason. I need an outcome. Like what is the point of the game? How do you win the game? I need something to do to like, here we go. This is what we got to do. This is the point. Like not a game just like here, yeah. Like I can't play Animal Crossing because what is the objective?
I have no idea. I've never played it.
I've watched a bunch of people play it and I don't understand it. I do like Animal Crossing for the puns. They do have good puns, and a lot of my community understands that. And they're like, "Oh, you would enjoy this game." I'm like, I watched them play. I'm like, no, I wouldn't. I do. The puns are good, but I wouldn't play the game. It's just there's no objective to it. It's just a continue growing, as whatever you can build your house and you can put different things in your house and you can go buy a rug to put in your house. Awesome, I guess. I don't know. It's not for me. So yes, I would but I think for me, most games are objective. Like Call of Duty, there's an objective. You want to be the last person, or sorry, Warzone is what I'm talking about. Call of Duty Warzone. The objective is to be the last team standing. That's the objective, right? It's not necessarily a MOBA where you have the objective of getting Orb Prime, and you also have the objective of getting Raptors, and you also have the objective of controlling your lane and getting the opposing team's towers, and ultimately the ultimate objective of getting the team's core. Yes, there's a whole bunch of objectives in the game, but take Orb Prime and Raptors out of it, and you still have an objective getting the team's core. You take all those objectives away. What are you doing? You're dancing in the middle for what reason? I guess it becomes a team deathmatch, but then at that point, it's got to end somewhere, right? So if it's a team deathmatch, what 75 kills and you win. So is that not an objective then? The objective is to get the most kills. Like I don't like. To me, the word objective is based with every game that you can win in. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. That makes
So
sense.
yes, I would say that it has to be objective based, but an objective team is what for me to really claim what I think I like is objective team based.
Okay. That being said, Cooch, who is your favorite character right now in Fault that you play?
It has to be Belica.
Bellica?
Has to be Belica.
You just like
She
that stun and that bomb, don't you?
Dude, that stun and the bomb's on
It's
fire.
deadly.
Like it is deadly. It's not just the stun and the bomb. It's the versatility of her. She is mainly a mid character, right? And that mid's not my strong suit,
No.
but I can still play her mid. But you can play her mid, you can play her solo, and you can play her duo. You know, if you wanted, she's got long range, and you could build her as a carry if you wanted to. I haven't done that yet, and I wonder if I could. I mean, it is possible. I've seen people do it, but you could build her as a carry, you could build her as a support. She has those abilities, so it's like
Right.
I love the versatility of her. Um, and I've always been a range character guy, so it's hard for me. My other two characters that I'm actually, ironically, the other two characters that I play the best at with so far are Boris, who
Right.
is a melee attack character, and then Narbash, who is that kind of in betweener. He has a melee attack, but he also has that thunk that he does from a distance, and that's what I'm best at is the thunk. I'm a range guy. I like to play back from a distance. You watch my Fortnite games. I always play with a sniper. I like shooting from a distance. Like, hey, I'll take you from back here, right? I'm not that guy to get up front. That's the reason why I don't like um, Greystone and Quang. Quang's I'm okay with Quang because he still has that. You can throw that sword and do
Yeah.
damage from a distance. You can still do it from a safe spot. I've always been a range guy, so that's another reason why I picked Belica.
Okay. And then eventually all the Paragon characters are coming to fall. We all know this. That they've said this. What character from Paragon that's not in the game are you looking forward to coming to the game?
Um, I guess overall, because the way I've been playing recently, after playing Genesis and coming back to we'll call it Parazombie, I would say Phase. When I played Paragon, I was an ADC main, so I played your attack damage carries.
Mm-hmm.
I played them. I was a main on them, so that's who I played. So I was doing the one that needed the support. And that's just because it was easier for me to go into a game that I don't understand how to play and just do a high rate of fire and try to do as much damage as I can. Like, because that was just that was my point. Like, hey, go do this. Go just do as much damage as you can and try not to die. It was easier to do that. Now, understanding the game and understanding what needs to be done and the objectives that need to be completed, um, it's easier for me to be a support or like a solo laner. So I would say Phase because I enjoy her ability of being able to heal and replenish people's mana
Right.
as a support. I think that's huge. Um, but I also secretly, uh, against unpopular opinion or against popular opinion, uh, want Terra to come back too.
I don't
Uh,
remember Terra much.
Terra was the one she was the last hero released by them before they after releasing Terra, they said, "Hey, we're going to release uh Boris." Um and then Boris never got released. Um but they released Terra and I was really enjoying Terra. She was a solo laner. I was taking her jungle a little more often. She was that one girl she would um shout she would do this shout she would like smack and she'd put her helmet on. She was like CC no CC would happen to her. So is this stream made in China? What?
Yeah. No, it's probably made in the USA.
Lollipop, you're confusing.
So like bringing up Phase too, like I remember her like when she came out in Paragon. Taco actually, his name's Sean. People don't know, but Taco is was a Twin Blast main in Paragon,
Right.
and so I would run Phase often, and he would with Phase it was easy because Phase had that pull back ability too, right? You could pull people out of a fight,
Civil.
and Taco was someone who is someone who would go in and try to fight and kill somebody, and he would stay a little too long.
Yep.
So
Oh
as
yeah,
Phase, I would take him like, "Hey, it's time to be done," and I'd pull him back, and so it
yep.
worked out. Like that dynamic worked really well. But I miss Phase. I can't wait for Phase. I'm hoping she's in season 0. Civil, how's it going, buddy? This is really cool. Appreciate it.
So um yeah, the one thing that I'm not gonna like about Phase is we've made references to this before. MOBAs are very toxic communities. So you're going to go as an ADC. You're let's say you start up. I'm gone to work or whatever. You're solo queuing and you go to be ADC and you get teamed up with a phase that you don't know who you're playing with, and they end up being a toxic person. Next thing you know, they grab you and they throw you into a fight, or you're trying to engage a fight and they keep on holding you back from the
Yeah,
fight. Like there's being toxic.
they're
Like
trolling.
yeah, sorry. Oh my gosh. Like growing up, I didn't understand the troll. I still don't understand. I don't get it. Like, why do people enjoy trolling? Like, what is this that? Like, why do you get enjoyment out of what we call trolling? Like, why? It makes no sense. I literally think that is like a pet peeve of mine of somebody who just wants to troll.
Right.
I get razzing and joking with people and giving a hard time, right? But literally, like, there's a complete difference from razzing and joking to trolling, and I don't understand it. Why is that why do people get enjoyment out of this? It doesn't make sense to me.
I agree, and that's one thing I will say when I played Phase as like with Taco as Twin Blast in Paragon. I think between friends, I even want to call it trolling, whatever, but like I would pull him into fights, kind of be that asshole.
Right.
But I
There's a
also
difference.
would make sure it was a fight that he could win. Like I would
Right.
never pull him into something I know he's gonna lose. Like that's stupid.
No, there's a complete different situation between, busting your friend's balls just because you want to bust your friend's ball. I mean, that's you literally have a friendship there, right?
Right.
I'm talking about people who you don't
Just
even
random
know,
people.
just random people that just want to, they think it's funny, you
Well,
know?
that's one thing I've learned too. Like if I'm solo queuing in the fault, I will not play ADC if I don't know the support. I just won't.
You realize that this game's called Fault, right?
Yes.
It's not the fault and it's not default like the fluff. It's
I
just called
said
Fault.
fault.
You multiple times you've called it the fault.
I have not. Have I?
Somebody clip it. Just show,
I don't.
show.
I mean, my bad.
It's good. I just think it's funny.
Default. Anyway. Uh,
Uh, but yeah, no, I don't understand. I mean, solo queuing is bad at itself in a MOBA, no matter what. I had the same problem solo queuing in Paragon. I had the same problem solo queuing in Genesis. I have the same problems solo queuing in Fault. You have toxic people, but then you also have a chance of meeting really good people. So
I mean, we
play the game,
met.
have fun, right? But that wasn't. We didn't meet each other solo queuing. We met because of somebody rating me. That's a little slightly different situation there.
Still the same game, Cooch. Still the same game.
No, it is the same game. My
We did call
point
it the fault.
was my point was to call it to you jump into a game and you playing a game solo queuing and you find toxic people. But you can also jump into a game, play a game solo queue, and you can find good people. Right? I didn't jump into a game and find you. It was somebody rated me. You came into my chat and I found you, or you found me, or whatever, however you want to say it. But it wasn't in the game.
I apparently have links disabled.
You do. Because Don tried to earlier when we were talking about okay, go here it goes again. Tried to send you a link for that video. Had to go find it, but but it's there. All right.
I'll go find it. It's all good. But yeah,
Well,
no,
if she made the clip, you can just go to your clips later on and see clips on my channel, and then
yeah.
you can see that clip. So, but yeah, no, that's where I stand. Like trolls, I don't understand trolls. I'm not a big fan of trolls. Um, and then I think trolls are people who want to do jokes, but they take it too far.
I think and see how you react to get enjoyment on trolling. See, it's like from an immature standpoint, I get trolling, but like if you're in like a game like Fortnite, trolling something different because usually it's you're by yourself or you might be with a team, but you're not gonna, like what you do doesn't necessarily affect everything. When you're a game like Fault and you're gonna troll, like especially someone like FaZe where you can pull them into things, you're gonna pull them into stupid stuff. Like if like why do that? Like what is the point of making your team die and let the other team get ahead and get an advantage on it if you're trying to win this game? So I think that's
Right.
where it comes from. Like trolling can be fun, and there's a time and a place for it. But
Right.
in a game like Fault or like even like Predecessor or any of the Para Zombies or any MOBA, really, if you have a character that can pull someone into something, don't be a dick about it. Like play the game and be
Right.
that support. Like if I solo queue with FaZe and do a game, like I'm going to support the ADC. That is what I'm there for. I'm not going to try to be a dick.
Right.
Now if they
Yeah,
don't listen
I'm
to me,
almost
that's something
gonna
different.
when I solo queue, unless the team gives me other reasons not to, and that meaning you know they're just being dicks or whatever reason.
Right.
Um, when I solo queue, I pretty much I almost go sweat mode. I'm trying.
Hmm.
Because they don't know me, but I mean to me, the end goal is to get the other team's core taken down.
Right.
Right? Is that not what we're all here for? If we're all here as a team, that's their end goal. That's what I'm gonna do. We might not be on comms or whatever. We're just gonna do the ping method. We're gonna do the in-game text comms, whatever. But here we are. Let's do this. Right? And unless they give me a reason that they're trolling or they're just being dicks or whatever, then it's like okay, then I'm whatever. It is what it is. This game's over with. I don't care anymore. Move on, right? And I get to that point. But I kind of go if I'm solo queuing, I go like sweat mode, right? I say that I do the same. I do it even when I have on comms with people. Like I play the game to win, right? I still enjoy it even though I lose. I mean, I actually have I have more losses than I do wins. So I'm not the greatest at the game, but I still love it. So play the game to win.
And I
You
think
play
that's
to win. The games.
I think that's what makes you relatable and like even me relatable as a streamer because like the average player is not the top tier player, right? The average
Right.
player is gonna go in there and like they're gonna win some, they're gonna lose some. And I think like a streamer who admits, hey, I'm not the best this game, but I'm passionate about it and I enjoy the game. It's gonna make someone else see that and be like, oh, like if he's still chugging on, I can still chug on, and it might inspire them to want to keep playing the game rather than because like when you first start opening a game and like you don't know what you're doing, and like you have these like I mean people are toxic in the chat as we said before, and they're gonna yell at you because you're not doing something right. Like I've been there, like I wouldn't want to keep playing after like being yelled at by someone I don't know.
Right.
Like what would make me want to play? So like having a streamer that comes comes in and says, hey, I'm not the best this game, but I'm decent, is going to inspire people to keep wanting to play.
Right.
I know you're one of the people I look forward to playing with the most, mainly because I know like we kind of have a good vibe with each other, and like we
Right.
communicate somewhat decent. Like we have miscommunication sometimes, and that's just human
Everybody does.
error, I think.
Right.
Um, but like having people that you trust on comms, it makes the game more enjoyable. But solo queuing is still a thing that people need to understand. They can you can't lose if you unplug your Ethernet before the match ends.
Lollipop. The answer is because it's too tired. Uh, so
I
can't get a
couldn't.
dad joke past me.
But
So
don't you have a TikTok with dad jokes?
I do. It's still there. You can go look at it. I'm not gonna upload any more to it
Why not?
because I don't get the reaction. I mean, I guess this is interview me, right? So I love making people laugh. I love getting reactions out of people, right? I knew she talked about rewind when that happened when she said that. So no, I okay. I love dad jokes, right? The definition of a dad joke is a not the greatest joke, right? But something that gets a reaction out of somebody. It doesn't have to make you laugh. It doesn't have to all it does has to give you a reaction, whether
Right.
that be a shake of the head, whether that be an eye roll, whether that be a laugh, whether that be a fake laugh, some reaction, you know? If I'm talking to you and you're watching the show and I give you a dad joke and you just continue watching the show and don't even like kind of, even if you're watching the show and you kind of give me this like, come on now, that's a reaction. But if you just continue watching the show like you didn't even hear me, in my opinion, that's a failed dad joke. But if I can stop you from doing what you were doing and give me something like an eye roll or just a glance, a reaction, that's the point of a dad joke. On TikTok, I can't get those reactions. I post a video and all I get is somebody liked it, somebody watched it, or somebody commented on it. Right. And the comments are good and they're fun. They're nice to see, but I'm not getting like a bunch. I mean, I guess maybe if I grew bigger as a TikToker, right, I could do it. But I'm not getting the reactions that I want from it. I had some pretty good ones today on the sports show. Prior to this, I had some good ones. I made a comment about on one of the quarterbacks. His name is Spencer Rattler, right? He had bad game. He had bad game. He had bad game. He
We
had
are
a bad
Vikings.
yeah. He had a bad game and he ended up throwing a lot of interceptions. I said they took him down to the office to get a name change. They changed his name to Spencer Rattled because he was rattled as a quarterback. And and Eddie loved it. He's like, all right, you're done. You can't outdo that one. You're good, right? And I actually pretty proud of that one. Made it off the top of my head. That's what I love about it. Is like I make this stuff off the top, right? If I give you shit, the children of the corn thing literally came off the top of my head. Literally came off the top of my head. It wasn't something I love the fact that I can think of that stuff like quick as I do. Darth is always asking me, how do you get this stuff? How do you do this so quick? And it literally just happens.
Some
Right.
people, it's just a natural thing.
Yeah. And it just happens. And I love it. So, but I can't get the reaction on TikTok. And I felt that. I literally felt I go live on stream, right? I'm able to get a live reaction from somebody. Maybe I don't see your eye roll, but I get to see your lol or I get to see your, something you put in there like OMG or whatever, some reaction. I get to see the reaction right there live and I get to know that I did something, right? I don't get that on TikTok. And I go when I post my pic. I'm sitting there recording myself, and I know it's gonna be live, and I got like, all right, I got to record this joke, and I got to make again what I said earlier about me going live message. If I make that mistake and I got to re-record it, it doesn't sound genuine. The joke doesn't sound genuine when I'm gotta sit there and keep on re-recording it, and it's like it doesn't feel right to me.
Can I give you an idea for TikTok?
Sure.
What you could do, and I like I've seen a lot of is like people like getting that reaction. You could always record one and go up to your wife and tell her a dad joke and see how she reacts to it. I don't
My wife
know.
doesn't want to be any a part of that. She's already no.
She doesn't want to be famous.
I did use my daughter in a lot of them. I would use her. I'd get her over my shoulder. And I would look at the camera, and she could see the camera. So we're both on it. And I'd ask her, "I'd say, hey, whatever the joke was," and I'd wait for her to be like, "I don't know," or what, and then I would say it, and I'd get her reaction. So I mean, I did do that, but like some of them you can't use my daughter in. There's some 18 and above dad jokes.
So for those who have TikTok, I believe Cooch, what's your TikTok? It's TheCooch4, isn't it?
Cooch4. Everything on social media for me is the Cooch4.
So just go follow him on TikTok, TheCooch4. Watch what he has, and then we'll see if we can get him back on and make some more content.
Don't get your hopes up. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy the content. I can't speak. Again, why you have to go through and re-record everything.
Cooch, to kind of wind things down here, what does the future for streaming look like for you? Like I know it's probably going to be a lot of Fault or a lot of para zombies in there. What do you what are you looking to achieve in the future for your stream? Is there any milestone you're looking to hit?
As a streamer, I don't want to become huge. I don't partner is not. I mean, if I made partner, that'd be great, I guess. But I'm not looking to be partner because I think that's too much to you. It's hard to connect with your chat if you have that many people uh at one time, trying to talk to you. I want to have like an average of, I don't know, 20 to 40 viewers, right?
Okay.
And have chat going, and where I can just sit there and have a conversation with people and go from there. That's where I want my stream to go. I do want to grow in other areas. I think I see some openings coming up for me to be able to possibly, don't quote me on this because I don't know how, um, I don't know how much the ambition I have to do it, but possibly even starting a YouTube channel and kind of putting out my content on YouTube to kind of help my Twitch stream grow from that situation. So we'll see how that goes. But I don't know how to edit videos and stuff like that. Like
Neither do I.
that whole thing is crazy for me. So there's a lot of it's very daunting looking at it and trying to get that figured out and have good content to be put, because I mean I could just upload a video, here you go, this is me playing games, but like I feel like you need to, there's editing, you want to do this, you want to put stuff over top, things that go into it, and I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm like I don't know, so but I yeah, that's where I just want to grow as a streamer, keep the community growing, have a good time, uh and just interact with everybody.
See, so like on the YouTube subject, I have a YouTube, right? And like you've seen me post videos and stuff. And like I'm not an editor either. So like literally what I do is like I'll play a game like I have a Twin Blast game from Fall Thunder, right? And like it was just an average Twin Blast game, but we won and it was like I thought I played decent. So I highlighted it on Twitch and downloaded it and literally uploaded it to YouTube. There's no editing in it. I just uploaded my
Right.
straight gameplay to YouTube. And
Right.
like people say it's bad to do, but it's like at least it's there. At least I'm
Yeah.
trying. And like eventually, like when I played Among Us with Warrior and them, like I recorded it through OBS, like Streamlabs OBS, and just recorded it, and then uploaded that recording to YouTube. Like I edited a little bit of it, like I clipped some part of it out towards the
Right.
end, but like I just uploaded that to YouTube, and that's where it's at.
I think what and just a little thing, and this is I don't know what I'm doing, so just take it for what it's worth. But I think if you're gonna do stuff like that, it at least would be good for you to kind of put a little intro on there,
I
just like
try.
kind of like window, window, not window,
Windu.
window. Kind of like Windu, how he does his, he kind of like, hey, here's this, thanks for all watching, blah, blah, blah. This is me, just kind of have that little interaction with your YouTubers at first, and then go into the play. Here, I hope you enjoyed the gameplay, whatever. Hit the like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff they say, whatever, and go, and then do that. So, um,
And I agree with you. Like if you watch one of my first YouTube videos, it was a game. It was I think it was Monopoly. Me and Taco played, and I made an intro. It's like, hey, I'm the Fluff 93. This is a game from my like a live stream on Twitch. It's just straight from there. I did something like that. I haven't done it since then. I don't know why. Mainly because I can't find a good free video editing software, and I'm not paying like $100 for Photoshop.
Da Vinci.
DaVinci. I see. I've tried that, and it's
Or is
it's
it Resolve? One of those.
it's
No, Da Vinci.
DaVinci Resolve.
I literally looked over. It says Resolve. I'm like, well, maybe I said it wrong because it doesn't say Da Vinci on it. I'm like looking at it. I'm like, yeah, Da Vinci. That's the one I use. That's for my when I used to do the stream starting soon, and you could see
Right.
the clips. That's what I used. But I mean, I only know how to cut things down and put clips together. I don't know how to
Make it fancy.
I don't know how to zoom in on this and zoom out and do all that fancy cool stuff. And I know there's a way to do it, but like, because like you see, like I want to be like when you see me get excited, right? Like last night I had that really cool kill. I'm like, oh shit. I want to be able to zoom in on me, like you see on YouTubers, and like zoom in on like you see my reaction, like, oh yeah, and then kind of pull back out to the next clip or whatever. I want to be able to do stuff like that and kind of upload those, but I don't know what I'm doing in that situation.
And I mean, what you could
Maybe
do
I'll get
is
big enough. I'll get big enough I can just pay somebody to do it for
right.
me.
That's
Hey,
what I was gonna say. Like I have a friend that's all he does. Like the PC, I'm getting ready to like I'm working on buying. Like I'm paying him payments for it, right? But it's a
right,
desktop PC, and he's a graphic designer, and that's what he does by trade. That's what he's always done, and he's very successful here in Omaha. And so I asked him, I'm just like, hey, like I asked him about creating an overlay. I think I talked to you about it. And me and him talked some ideas over there. And he actually, like a streamer here in Omaha, he actually takes highlights from his stream once a month and makes a big highlight reel on YouTube for him. So like there are people out there that do that stuff. I don't know how much that like you're not paying necessarily for what they can do. You're paying for their time because that does take time.
right.
And
Yeah,
it's
I
I
don't know
mean
how
it's
that
not
works, but
easy to do, but
right,
one thing I will say, like if you wanted to do a YouTube channel, like don't worry about like when you're starting out, don't worry about the fancy stuff. Like that's why like streamers
I
like when
get it, but I'm a perfectionist.
well I get that too because like if you look at my stream when I first came out, I had overlays,
Yeah.
and a lot of newer streamers don't.
When I first came out, I didn't have the overlays. I was just playing the Fault Night. Oh my gosh, I forgot. Damn it! I was playing Fortnite. I was
I'm not
playing
the only
Fortnite.
one, guys.
Right. Well, I said Fault Night though. That's the thing. Is like
You
Fault
said
Night's not.
default and then you
I
stopped.
said because I was saying the Fortnite. But I was trying to say Fortnite, but I said Fault Night. So that's the second time I said Fault Night, and Fault Night's not a thing.
Should be.
So I was playing Fortnite, and I was streaming for my PlayStation. You can't do anything with PlayStation. There is like no overlays and stuff for that.
No.
Cooch Fortnite stream hasn't happened in forever, buddy. You have to go back. I mean, you can go back and look at some of my highlights. I got some pretty decent highlights you can go see.
Everybody do some emotes in chat if you want Cooch to do a Fortnite stream.
It ain't happening.
Emotes.
It's not happening. Emotes are not. It's not happening. You can't get me to play a game about like Fall Guys that I thought actually was interesting. I can't even play that. So if I'm not gonna play that, why would I do that? 24-hour Fortnite stream? Get the fuck out of here. You better be paying me some big bucks there, Sybil, man. And
You know he'll
before I forget, Lollipop asked, why did the math book look so sad? Because it had unsolved problems. Um, that's your answer you're looking for, I'm pretty sure, Lollipop. If it's not, let me know. So
Fortnite
Fortnite
is
is lame.
lame.
I mean, I do enjoy playing it for my son because they have the new Marvel skins. And we did recently, yesterday, unlock the Wolverine skin. My son's name is Logan, named after Wolverine, who I'm a huge Michigan Wolverine fan. Obviously, there's a connection there.
Their connection.
So
Good shit.
um, there we go. So we unlocked the Wolverine skin, so he's actually able to play as Wolverine now. So I thought that was pretty cool. So I do enjoy playing it to help him get that, but I don't enjoy playing the game because of the building aspect and all that shit. So I'm like, I don't like it. So
I get that. I'm not a big Fortnite fan either. I don't know why. I think the building takes it away from me, and it's
you
too.
said earlier you don't like battle royale, so
I'm not a big battle royale fan either. I think it's more for that reason. I suck at them, and like I'm not good, and I know it. It would make for some good like me yelling at the camera content, but
all
like
right. I need chat and fluff to help me out here, and I
okay.
mean chat, everybody but Lollipop to answer this question. Unsolved problems and had problems, is that the same, similar, wrong? Was I wrong with my answer, or
That's
what
the
do we
same
got
thing.
going on? Same thing?
The same
Chat, what
thing.
do you think? I think I got the answer correct.
Fortnite to me is Minecraft in a battle royale. Not really.
It's the
Same
same
thing.
thing. All right. All right. Just one. I was like, hey, just tell me no because it had problems. Yeah. So what was? I feel like you asked me something. Now I missed up on it. We're not doing Fortnite. No, that's not happening.
No Fortnite. What about Apex? You played
Apex.
Apex?
I had played Apex, but like I was just telling Ellie about this yesterday on her stream. I haven't played Apex for like 6 months. I told her 3 months, but then I like started thinking. I'm like, wait, Fault's been out for just over 2 months. I was like, so it's been longer than that. So I think 6 months ago I played it with Blue, and I'm trash. I'm trash when it comes to Apex. I was okay with it when it first came out in PlayStation, but I was playing it on PC here. I'm like, oh my god, this is bad. So
And that brings me to another question. That said, like someone mentioned in chat, would you ever do a 24-hour stream?
I've already done it.
You already done a 24-hour stream?
I've already done a 24-hour stream. I did it for a charity. Chad Tough Foundation is what I did it for. It's actually for kids that have it's brain tumors that are found in kids at a certain age, like below the age of 5. Usually is what it's found in, and it's actually the most deadly cancer for children. But they say it's actually a rare cancer. So yeah, so it's I did a charity stream for them. I think I beat my goal. I got over like $200, made up for them. So I thought that was pretty cool. I do plan on doing another 24-hour stream, another charity stream, probably for the same charity. But it's harder for me to do that. It was easier when I was a Geo Bachelor. I did it when I was a Geo Bachelor. It was
Right.
easier when I was a Geo Bachelor because I had nothing going on.
Right.
Um, but so I do want to try to do it again sometime, but we'll see what happens. I've also in talks. I haven't talked in a while about it, but I brought it up to somebody else, the real Darth guys who is, and maybe we're talking about like teaming up together and doing like maybe like 4-hour segments of a 24-hour charity stream, like we working together about on a charity, and then I'll do 4 hours, and then I'll raid him. He'll do his 4 hours, and then he raids the next person, do their 4 hours, and we get our 24-hour charity. We get 24 hours in, and then that way we build up, and then that way we just keep passing along, and then we still working towards the charity.
Well, if you
So
guys do that and you need someone else to join in, I'm definitely down to join in on that too.
all right,
Sounds like
yeah,
a
we'll figure it out. So but it's just something he found out that I did one, and he's like, that's interesting, and he kind of brought that idea up to me, and that makes sense, and it's easier for us to do as adults. Like I said, you got to, me, an adult, and plus a father of 2 children. It's hard for me just to, hey, I'm gonna stay up for 24 hours, and then when I'm done, guess what? I'm going to sleep. So and but no, I've done it. It wasn't too bad. Luckily, the best thing about it is I had somebody there at all times with me
right.
in chat. So somebody was in there chatting with me as I was playing the games. I was alternating between games and stuff like that, so it was fun.
See, I don't know if I could stay awake that long on straight. Like I feel like after a while I'd like start dozing off. Like I doze off when I'm working, so alone streaming.
Yeah.
Uh,
No, that's the thing is that like I said, I had somebody there the
right.
whole time. I had energy drinks. I had food. So yeah, I had stuff going on. But it was still fun.
Rewind a one up to you and say he did a 28-hour stream.
And like Beth said, nobody asked him.
Burn.
Suck it, rewind.
Cooch throwing that shade, man. As we're winding down here, chat
I
does.
only threw the shade because you put it in the words of he one upped you. I'm like, well, shit. How do I combat that? If you would have just said he did a 28-hour stream, like, oh, that's awesome, dude. I don't know what he said. Damn it. I'll just reiterated what Beth said.
So Chaz, we're winding down. Does anyone in chat have a serious question for Cooch? Not even necessarily a serious question, but anyone have a question for Cooch? Anything they want to know?
So while we're waiting for chat to kind of chime in with any questions they want to ask, I want to point out this didn't go anywhere close
To an hour?
to what Fluff asked me. Fluff asked me, he's like, when he asked me, he's like, hey, would you mind being the first person to do this? I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, let's do it. And so I'm like, okay. And then he asked me, he's like, hey, is there any questions that like are off limits? And I'm like, I'm literally trying to think, I'm like, what question could he ask me that I would be not wanting to answer or afraid to answer or offended to answer or
Well, I was
whatever. I'm
more
like,
asking because some people don't want to like give their real name, or some people
right.
don't,
So
it's
what
personal
is
stuff.
he? I'm like, no. I jokingly said, as what I said is like the only question I'm not going to answer you is I'm not going to tell you my condom size, and that's just because I'm ashamed to tell you how small it is.
It's a
But anyways,
magnum. It's a magnum.
it's more like a magnet, it just really small on the.
Damn. You answered
So
it. You still answered it.
it says more like. I didn't say it was. Um. So, but yeah, no, and then so I was waiting for like a little more like you know eh, getting little deeper questions, but hey man, it was fun.
Well, then we just gotta do a part two.
He
We'll
has
go.
turkey baster kids. That's true.
We'll go deeper into the cooch.
Whoa, whoa,
Whoa,
phrasing.
whoa. That's why I
Do
said
you,
it.
do you use any oils on your beard? I do. I do. Live Bearded. I use their products. I love it. The It's not just the scent. It literally is the actual product itself. It's high quality. It does exactly what it's supposed to do. Um, I use the beard wash. I use the beard oil. The beard. Oh, sorry. You said. All right, let me answer that question again. No. Do you use any oils on your beard? No. No oils on the beard. The oil goes for the skin to help the itch on your skin below the beard. So you put the. I'll do a little showing. You put oil on your hand and you go under your beard and you get the skin right. That helps the itch on your skin. Then I use a beard butter and I put the beard butter on the beard, and that helps, kind of keep it tame, looking good as it is.
Interesting. I'd say
Yeah.
I don't have that problem. Like this has been like
Right.
2 months worth.
Beard advice. I like it. There you go.
he. I
Uh,
mean, I,
it's in Fluff's chat, so I can't really post a link in there, but
you're a
or I
mod. You
can't.
might be able to.
Well, I would be able to, but I would have to go and find my link.
So go to your chat and do exclamation point beard.
Yes, because I have that loaded up. You're right.
I'm just saying.
While I'm waiting, when you re-enlisting, Cooch, hey, guess what? In a month and a half, I will no longer be enlisted at all. Right now, I'm still kind of on my reserve. Where is Beard?
Where is beard?
Where is Beard? There's Beard. Edit.
We're not in Cooch's chat, warrior. I don't have that. Like I don't have any affiliation with the beard company.
Control C. Control V.
There you go.
There you go. If anybody who has a beard or their husband or whatever has a beard and wants them to have good product, use that code. So I'm telling you, I don't promote anything that I don't think is good quality. Right? I don't know how to say that. Like it literally it is a little on the I'm being honest with you, it's a little on the pricier side, but it is worth it. Like I've used other beard stuff and I never got the feeling that I got with Live Bearded.
There you go.
Nice. If I would have known that was happening, I would have gave you the whole thing. But no, you're good. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. What of us got? So need to finish out that 20 years, but hell fucking no. Not doing 20 years. I'm so happy I'm out. You can't grow one because you're still in. And well, you might not be able to grow one anyways, but you're in the service as well, so you can't grow one. Will Cooch ever watch baseball? I do watch baseball.
Cooch,
Baseball's not my biggest sport that I enjoy watching, but I do watch baseball.
is
I
there a
mean, I
team
only
you
watch
prefer?
my team. I'm a hometown guy all the way around. There isn't a team that I mean, I do enjoy watching other teams, not in baseball, but Detroit Tigers. So in baseball, Detroit Tigers, basketball, Detroit Pistons, football, Detroit Lions, Michigan Wolverine, college, everything is Michigan. Um, but yeah, I Detroit Red Wings for hockey. So I mean, I'm a hometown guy through and through. I have a question. As you being in the military, where was your favorite place being stationed? All right, so being stationed, I was only stationed I was only in for 6 years. So you go to boot camp in Chicago, or it's Great Lakes, Illinois, is what it's called. Um, you get to go to there for schooling, and then I left there for schooling, and I went to Northern Virginia. It's a small town called Dahlgren. It's right below. It's the next town south of Maryland when you go into Virginia, at that section, anyways. Um, Went to schooling for there for a little bit, and then after that, I got my first actual station was on the USS Cole in Norfolk, Virginia. So that was the only station I really had. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take your question. I'm gonna answer a different question, and what I'm gonna answer is my favorite place that I visited on deployment. Um, and that is actually a tie between Greece. I was actually go to Athens, Greece, which is really nice to see, and then I also went to Israel. I was able to go to Jerusalem and see. I mean, not to get religious on anybody or whatever. If you don't believe it, that's fine. But I went to the place that uh, God or Jesus, not God, Jesus was laid when when he died, he was laid down on the stone. My wife's family is very religious, so it was really cool for me to be able to get things from there and bring it home to them. And then Athens, Greece was great to see because you got like the Parthenon. I was able to see the first actual Olympic track. I was able to see that. That was really cool. I can't remember the name of it, but Athena had her own little building that was a very small version of the Parthenon. That was really cool. I got to see all that stuff. Did you see the temple? I did see the temple. All that was really cool. So those are my two places I had to visit. Mediterranean was a great deployment. Um, I gotta say, I got some great views. To see. I was able to sit in Turkey, have some great. I had this grilled turkey. It was actually oven roasted in a sense, really. I don't know. You know how you take the pizzas and you put them in those clay ovens,
Mm-hmm.
and then you pull it
Yeah.
out. That's how this chicken was made, right? It's like a chicken breast. It was made like that, and they had potatoes, like mashed potatoes, around the edge of this wood platter, and it was almost like you take the frosting of a cake. When you frost, you do the piping of a frosting. It was like they did that with the potatoes around the edge, and they put that in the oven as well. So the very edges of the potatoes were like crispy. The mashed potatoes, it was really good. Some really good food over there. But like where I was sitting eating this, I was looking out at these islands and this beautiful view. Like I was able to like Skype my wife and show her what this is what my view of eating right now. It was some pretty cool stuff. So there was some great things um there was some great things that I was able to have while being in the military, but I definitely would not go back.
That's what the Navy considers a deployment. Cooch went on a Mediterranean paradise tour.
Yes. Yes, there are some great things, but then also when I went on the deployment over in the where the hell is that? The Middle East deployment, that one was not fun. That my the things you get to see. I mean, there were still some good things you get to see there. Like being able to see the cultures is great. Um, but in comparison to the Mediterranean tour that I had, or going over and seeing the Middle East, uh, man, what's the name of that place? I went to Djibouti. Djibouti is in Africa. I've been there, and that's actually a really bad. Like that's actually really sad to go there. You go see that one, and it's literally a third world country. Um, we're actually not as military. We're not permitted to go outside of base unless we're actually being transferred to something else. Like you can't go off base. Like that's how big this base, it has to be that big because you're not allowed to go out and do anything else. So you got to be able to keep your sanity in base. So they have like a bunch of things on base, but it was no fun there. Um, I cannot think of the name. Bahrain. I went to Bahrain. Bahrain's nice, but it wasn't. It's nowhere close to as beautiful as the Mediterranean. And then where else did I go to in Bahrain? Not Bahrain. Has like one of the really big. It's like really. Why can't I think of this place? It's Middle
Mm-hmm.
East, Dubai. That's what it's called, Dubai. I've been to Dubai. That was pretty cool to see that. But like other than that, like once you go to the big shopping center, you go there. Once you do that, you're done. Like it's no more after that. Mad Jelly, yeah, Dubai's nice. Like, but like I said, like for me, it was like you go there once, you experience it. After you experience it, it's just a lot of desert. After that, it's literally just looking around. You see sand. You know, Mediterranean is definitely a beautiful place to go. Anywhere on the Med, I've been to. I've been to Spain. I've been to Greece. I've been to Turkey. I've been to Romania. Um, I've been to Italy. A couple different places. So Israel. So yeah, beautiful places.
Beautiful place.
Kuwait or Qatar? No, I've never been to either one of those.
Lollipop wants to know if you've ever been in a battle.
Um, nope. No battle.
No
There have
battle.
been times. So what my job was in the Navy was a fire controlman, and that is not a firefighter as what it would sound like. Fire controlman was the person who pretty much shot the missiles, or the type of fire controlman I was. I was the one that shot the missiles, and I say that like it sounded like I shot missiles, right? No. Um, it was a good and bad thing, right? It's good thing that I never had to do my job, but bad thing that I've took 6 years to practice and do all that to never actually do my job. That makes any sense. Um, but there were a couple times that we had a chances. We were the way it works in the military is they get a couple different ships in certain areas ready to attack, and there was a couple times that our ship was in consideration to be the one to do the attacking, but it ended up being a different ship the two times that we had a chance. So
All right. Any more questions for Cooch? Type them in the chat. While we're waiting on that, Cooch, I've always had this question. I don't think I've ever asked it. What do you do for a living now?
I install, maintain, and repair medical devices for hospitals and doctor offices.
Okay. I know
Mainly,
you.
it's around hematology analyzers, but
Okay.
I'm also learning. I'm gonna start learning here soon urinalysis analyzers as well. So I'll install, maintain all those.
Okay. That's cool. Yeah, I always heard you talk about client stuff, and I'm like, well, I'm like, what does he do?
Yeah. Yeah, it's usually referred to as like customer sites. So I go to customer site. If their instrument's down, I go take care of it. If their instrument needs an upgrade, I go do that. If their instruments just having like maybe slight issues, not necessarily down, I go fix the issue before it becomes a more bigger issue, and then I do the installs as well. So if they get a new instrument, I'll do an install there.
Civil wants to know if it pays well. He needs a new job.
I without getting too financially into it, I was a apprentice electrician before I joined the Navy. I joined the Navy, and now I have this job. This is the most financially set that I've felt, or comfortable, not set, most financially comfortable that I've felt since being, an adult, pretty much.
Lollipop wants to know what you do off stream. So what are your hobbies? What do you like to do?
Um, Off stream, really, when it comes to not streaming now, I try to do my best to help other streamers. That's really kind of the answer there. But if I'm not doing that, it's sports. I'm watching sports, and if I'm not watching the sports, I'm probably watching sports on Netflix. Um, I try to. I'm a huge sports fan, and if I'm not watching sports on Netflix, it's some kind of show on Netflix I'm watching. So,
All
yep,
right.
that's really what I do. I mean, I don't know. Stream's nice. Sports fan, good. Yeah, it's hard to tell. I try to hide it.
He doesn't have a sports talk show or anything.
Right. So I got a green screen on right now. You really can't see all the sports stuff behind me. So, um, yeah.
All right, one last call for any questions for Cooch. Um, in between time, Cooch, where can everybody find you on social media? What are you on?
On everything. I post mainly or retweet a lot of stuff on Twitter. Is probably the one I'm most active on. So Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram. You can find me on all of those at TheCooch4. Um, so and then that's yeah. But until then, we're also going to be starting because like you said, the sports show. We're going to do a new sport. We're going to be opening up a Twitch page for the sports show. We're going to be opening up Instagram and well, maybe not Instagram. We'll see, but Twitter at least for the sports show. So we'll be getting that stuff as well. Um, I do have a Discord. Yes, Lollipop. Um, so hang out there. That's pretty about it. Yeah, can't really find me anywhere else. I am the
What
Cooch4 on Discord as well.
what is your what's your streaming schedule? So
Streaming
everybody
schedule.
knows.
Streaming schedule is going to be changing here soon, I believe, from what I'm understanding. But as of right now, it is Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and I'm usually on from. I try to be on about 7:30 to at least 10:30, but it's been going a lot longer than 10:30 usually. So that's what we got. And then and then anything else is just a kind of like a surprise stream. If I'm able to stream any other day, it's just kind of get a little more active. So
And if he does a surprise stream, you can find that on his Twitter page. He does post it there. He posts on He posts everywhere, guys. Go
yeah,
follow him. If you haven't already, go ahead and give Cooch a follow on Twitter. Twitch.
Twitch,
Same thing.
appreciate it.
You were last seen
Appreciate
playing
it.
talk shows and podcasts.
I was playing it pretty well.
Otherwise,
I think we got the dub.
if there's no more questions for Cooch, I want to thank you so much for coming on this very first episode. And
Hey, not a problem. Thanks for having me.
I'm sorry I went longer than an hour, like I said I was going to.
You're good. You're good. The wife and kids have stuff going on, so they're not here right now. I'm literally at home by myself. So this is.
You're home alone.
Yep.
Oh no. Again, thank you, Cooch. I want to thank you for coming on here.
If nobody gets that reference, you're too young. Get out of chat.
You don't have the aftershave though. Ow.
There's no after shave with no shave.
Well, I get that, but some people use it for cologne. Cooch, don't judge. Don't judge.
No, that's what the live beard. You live bearded. Go to that link up there again. That's what you use for the cologne of your beard. I guess you don't use cologne. I mean, you can use cologne, but use the fucking beard shit. It smells great. Love it.
Smells great. All right, Cooch. Well, thank you again for coming on. I appreciate it. We're going to go ahead and let Cooch go back to his
Does
fun
that
day.
mean Cooch streaming? I'll be streaming tonight. Yes.
You'll be streaming tonight. I'll be streaming tonight.
Yep.
We're gonna play some Fall.
Tonight. Yeah. It's either that or Among Us, and I don't own Among Us, so you tell me what it is.
I can gift it to you. Just throwing it out
no.
there. Just throwing that out there.
No.
Fault collab stream.
You too, cuz. That's a Fault collab stream is almost like every
That's
time.
every time. Like, we don't do
every time I stream.
We're not like Warrior and Rewind have a multi-stream going on,
Later. Hey, I
Thanks.
do want to thank everybody for coming out, hanging out. Chat was good. Chat was popping. I love all the questions. Appreciate you all. The community is amazing. I love the Streamwork community. You guys are all great. It's great to see chat popping off. I'm not always the most active in there, and I need to get more active. I'm sorry, but since I'm an admin, I do have all of the chats on. So I get a notification for every little thing you guys do in Streamwork, and I appreciate seeing all of it. Okay, you guys are all great. Keep up the great work. All right, the fact that we're sitting here with 15 people in chat right now, from what I'm seeing with the numbers, is amazing. Okay, you guys are all great. We appreciate you all. And if you enjoyed this, Fluff put it out there. If you guys want to be a part of the show, hit him up in DMs. Let him know. Come here. He'll interview you, get to know you, get your name out there as well. This is kind of like a get to know the person, and then we'll get to know who you are, and maybe we'll fall in love with you even more. Go follow your channel, and you'll get even more of it growing, okay?
And that being said, also, but the next episode is already scheduled. We have 2 episodes come off this one. It's going to be with the first one. The next one's going to be with Warrior.
Nice.
And then we're going to get Rewind in there as well.
Ooh.
Yeah. And then we had an idea of doing, after that, doing a double interview with Warrior and Rewind.
So Rewind and Warrior's not here anymore. So Rewind, you are here. Listen to this, okay? Fluff, cover your ears. So you guys don't know this, but Fluff is out to get your guys' BBOT.
BBOT.
All right. He thinks that me and him have a better bromance than you guys do.
I've already told him this.
All right. So is it ironic that you guys are following up after me? I don't know. Coincidence? I think not. So, I mean,
conspiracy theory here on the Fluff 93's channel. Is he really who he say he is?
Right. So All right, appreciate y'all. I'm gonna go get some food and watch some Netflix, and then get ready for a stream tonight.
You go to Netflix and chill with yourself.
That's TOS on Twitch, right?
Well, Cooch, thank you again so much. Have a good rest of your day. Shall see you on Fault tonight. We'll get some dubs.
Sounds good, brother. Have a good one.
You too, bud. Thank you.